think we're good to go. Okay, cool. A little bit of this going on. Spit a little bit. Unlucky. Oh shit, almost forgot. Don't want to forget this. Probably should have checked before I started, but I think we're probably good for the most part. I hope. Yeah, that should be fine. I feel like this was up a bit more. Move this up. Alright. Let's hide that. Okay. Cool. Alright, what is up, everybody? Whoever's here. It's been what, like a day or two, I think, since our last stream for HSR, where we just wrapped up story 3.2. It was pretty good. I actually did enjoy it for the most part. I wouldn't say it's like my favorite one so far, but definitely an improvement of the first, like, you know, the first 3.1 story, which was like not that great, if I'm being honest. But yeah, you know, here we are. We're gonna finally start 3.3. I don't know how much we'll get through because I'll probably won't be streaming that long, if I'm being honest. I'll probably be streaming for like, say, another 2 hours probably. I'd say probably about 2 hours is how much I'm gonna stream here, but we'll see how much we get through. Like, so probably not gonna get through everything here. We're just gonna get, like, this will be just more like an intro stream for that, and then hopefully, if because I was kind of busy today basically, and it ended up leading to me like passing out when I got home, so I basically like lost some time there and some other stuff came up. But I think if nothing is going on, like if nothing too crazy goes on tomorrow, hopefully I'll be able to throw in another stream tomorrow night, or I guess later, like later tonight, and then we can, like, basically in that stream will probably either be a mix of ZZZ story probably, and then maybe that will dive into HSR, so there might be like a bit of an intermission there, but it just kind of depends on, like, if I have one more day for ZZ, and then if I still have an extra day the day after, then I may just say fuck it and then push ZZZ for like the it would be like for Wednesday maybe, because I think that the patch for ZZ should either be Wednesday or Thursday, but I think it's Thursday. So maybe we'll just do the ZZ story on Wednesday, because I still need to do the ZZ story to catch up, as well as the events, because the events are like, I basically have to do all the ZZ events tomorrow. So we might also do that if I do an early stream, and like depending on how things go, we may continue this later tomorrow. If not, hopefully a couple days later we'll be able to wrap this up here. But anyways, it's kind of like a quick little breakdown of how I wanted to give things for how the week's probably gonna go. And then of course, if any of you guys are here from YouTube, you know, watch me mainly for JJK stuff, I'll, you know, I usually do like my usual like weekly like video or a couple videos for JJK as well, so that'll always be there. Definitely want to try to branch out to like doing other videos for other games too, but like I probably said this multiple times, like, if you guys were ever here, like I just kind of don't really know what to do for other games, like other videos, because like the only thing that's like in my head that kind of pops up is like either reacting to like, you know, like the Miyabi or the Yijuan thing that also came out from Miyabi, like the animated short films, and then there's also like news. I do kind of like enjoy doing like news videos, like, oh look, this is like cool new stuff coming out, and then, you know, that basically that, you know, that being the video, like the news video, like whatever, like new stuff is coming out, so I like doing that. And then also like doing my summon videos, you know, like seeing if I get lucky, seeing how my pulls go, and then I like doing those as well. But then other than that, I don't really know. Like, I know guides is an option, but if I'm being honest, I don't really like doing guides too much, unless like I personally like know and have a good understanding of how like a game works and all the mechanics and, like, you know, a bunch of stuff like that. If I knew that, then sure, I wouldn't really mind it. But at the same time, for something like HSR and like the Hoyoverse games, and even to be honest, Wuwa to an extent, they're kind of like more streamlined now, to where you don't really even need a guide anymore, because the game kind of just tells you, oh yeah, this is the gear you want, and then these are the rolls, the substats you kind of want to get for the character, right? Like, it's pretty easy, I'd say, like now for most of these like bigger gacha games where like things are more streamlined. So that's why I feel like I don't really need to make a guide, though guides aren't necessarily a bad thing either, because they do give you like little bits of extra information of like, oh yeah, here's an alternative set that works really well, or here's some other sets that might work, or like here's another alternative weapons, like for HSR, right? Like, oh, for Castorice there's only this one, but if you want it to, maybe there's like a better one later on. But I guess Castorice not a really good example because, you know, she's a bit more limited with her options. I guess a better example would be someone like I don't know, Jing Liu, right? Where you can run this one, it's not that great, but it's an option, or you could run one of these 4-star ones, you know, stuff like that, right? So like in those videos, it kind of makes more sense because there is more options basically like available. So like, but at the same time, you know, with those videos, those content creators already have early access to like the upcoming patch or whatever, and the upcoming character or characters, because I think they might get access to both, so then they probably save the other one for when the next character is going to be coming around or coming out around the time, you know, and then post the video then. So that's why I'm just kind of like, you know, they already have an advantage. And then, you know, Hoyoverse and I think, well, I know Wu doesn't have it yet technically, but I imagine they might do that at some point. But I do know Hoyoverse does for like ZZ and HSR, and maybe even Genshin at some point, where it's literally like, oh yeah, these content creators are part of our program. We give them an extra like a week or whatever to like basically record their video, find out however much information they want to, and then they throw in they upload the video right the day that the character comes out or whatever, right? So they already have like a head start with that. So that's why I'm just kind of like, you know, I don't think really making guides is like something like, not that I don't want to do necessarily, but I just don't think I'm really a good fit for it personally. Though for like newer gacha games where that isn't the case, sure, I wouldn't mind, like if I know something or if I find something and I want to share it to you guys, then yeah, sure. Like a while, like I think almost a year ago, maybe not like a year ago, but actually we are getting kind of close to like a year of me like being a content creator here, like not full time, but like actually, you know, putting in the effort in, I'd say, for the most part. Almost like a year now. Like I made like a Wu like echoes guide, well, not like a guide, but it was more of like, oh, here's this really cool shiny echo that I found in this place, basically when we got like the short, or not like the Black Shores area, right? There's like that one shiny echo that was like a weird alien kind of thing that looks like it's from Warframe a little bit. I think it shoots like light beams or whatever, like lasers. And then I was like, oh, let's, you know, I'm gonna make a cool short out of this because nobody know. You know, I didn't see anything about it, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna make my own. You know, it got decent views, but it didn't really matter that much because shiny echoes and wood don't really matter that much anymore, because it's just kind of like, now it's just like, oh, they're just guaranteed to be like in this one spot, and then they may spawn one day or they might spawn the next day. It can be kind of random. So yeah, for me, I think for guides and stuff like that, it'll probably be more of like, if it's a new upcoming gacha game that I'm interested in and I do want to make content for it, then yeah, sure. And like, you know, there's nothing really out there for it. Though at the same time, it do be kind of tough when you're a one-man army and you don't really like know, I guess, like a whole lot of things. Like, 'cause there might be like some different techniques to like kind of make my, you know, that would make my life easier that I maybe just don't know about because I'm a bit ignorant with some things. So it does get a little bit frustrating though sometimes, like a little bit, when I see other content creators either like post a video after like a video I did, and then it's like, you know, mine doesn't get any views, but it makes sense because my channel is really fucking small, you know, basically very insignificant in terms of the bigger channels. Or, you know, it's just like I wanted to make a video maybe, and then like maybe some things in my life kind of like make it more difficult, or I just kind of like, what's the word, like maybe I just didn't put like enough effort or focus into like really quickly honing in on that like video, getting like pumped out right away. At the same time, my PC isn't like, it's good, but it's not like super crazy, so I don't really have the opportunity to like edit and stream, or, you know, some stuff like that at the same time, because I know some content creators have a pretty good PC where they can literally like edit it, stream at the same time, bing bam boom, do a couple things, 1 2 3, and then, you know, the video's already shipped out. So that's like another thing too I've noticed. Or heck, there's even some video streamers or whatever that have YouTube, and they basically, all they really do is just like they yap for the, maybe it's even a bit of a reaction, right? Or they just talk about some stuff, they yap for a bit, then they basically would just be like, all right, cool, that's good to go, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and either send it off to an editor if they have that available, or do like a quick couple like edit things, like maybe like a bit of intro or something, and then that's it. The video is already like uploaded, ready to go. Maybe make a quick little thumbnail, and then bing bang boom, is already done, right? For me, I do like to add a bit of like music to my videos, just because I think it's more cool and more fun that way to have like some music in the background. From learning from some content creators, like I think I I want to say it's the truth that started that, but I feel like there's another country that I'm forgetting. That no, it was Giku, not Giku. My bad. Almost say I was trying to think of Nagato or Nag, because he used to be kind of big in the gacha game sort of thing. He still kind of is, but it's more like Roblox is what he does now. Fucking got my names confused a little bit there. But yeah, he was someone I used to watch quite a bit. I really liked him too, like watching him. Like now he's just doing more so Roblox because Roblox was doing way better for him views wise. Because he used to do 7 Daily Sins Grand Cross, and that was pretty fun watching him for that. But then he moved away from that. But one thing I did like what he did, and I don't really see that many content creators really doing that often, is adding music in the background, which I think is kind of a smart idea personally, because I feel like adding music adds like a little bit of extra, you know, something a little bit that's nice, you know, just to be there. No, I can totally see those, like maybe the other side of things of where, oh, maybe the music can kind of take away from things, or maybe it's a little bit distracting, right? Like I know early on for some of my videos, sometimes the music wasn't really adjusted that well, and sometimes I might even get it wrong too for some newer videos where the music might be like slightly too loud or maybe a bit too loud, right? And then in that case, if it's like too loud, then I'll probably re-upload it. But if it's like slightly loud, then I might just say, you know, might leave it up for, you know, as it is, unless a lot of people complain about it. If a lot of people complain about it, then oh yeah, sure, I'll be down, you know, just stuff like that. It's interesting. But yeah, like other than that, like I don't really know if there's anything else I could really, I guess that's part of the fun of content creation, right? It's just kind of like there's some pieces of content that people like don't know. Once someone like does it, people hop on it, right? And then like either continues onward or it falls off a cliff and like doesn't like see any more traction after a certain point, right? More specifically like with memes or like with any other trends, right? Like they'll stay alive for a bit. Maybe the person who created it will get like a lot of it popularity and attention from it. Sometimes they don't, sadly, but it also depends on what kind of thing it is, right? So that there's that too. But yeah, I mean at the same time, right, I guess that's kind of like the main core though for gacha games, really, is you got your summon videos, you got your guide videos, and then you have of course your reaction videos to anything like cinematics or cutscenes or story, whatever they do. And then I guess there's also the like sub version or subcategory of reacting, where it's like the, you know, if anybody's like really interested in before the game's even out, you know, some content creators might just do like a whole beta related stuff, or talking about like the game's about to come out. There's all the stuff they like have posted on their official social media sites and all that. So I guess that's also another part of it too. And then I guess maybe like an extra point to that would be just like general, just, you know, playing the game, though in that case it would be more like this, you know, streaming the game would fit better in that category, because you know, then the other side would just be like maybe a VOD or like edited version of like someone going through the story, you know, skipping some of the boring stuff, more so with the boring stuff pertaining to the combat. Though I think for some games like this, specifically HSR, it may be kind of worth to edit it and cut out all the boring-ish bits and then just only leave like the really cool exciting bits, but also making sure you don't cut too much so you don't like leave out too much context, right? Otherwise it'll be kind of like oh, what the fuck just happened, right? So there's that too. But yeah, I don't really know. Honestly, I wouldn't mind hearing like any suggestions as to like anything else, because I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, at least currently, of what else would be kind of interesting to watch and to also create, you know, for you guys to watch, basically, and for me to create. Anyways, I guess we should get started with this. I just want to talk about that a little bit, just because I was like, you know, I just felt like talking about that for right now. I do plan on making content for other gacha games too, of course, like I mentioned before, on the main channel. As for how those are going to be, I'm not too sure, but I do kind of want to try to make like I do kind of want to try to make more JJK-esque videos, I suppose, for other gacha games, in terms of like longer actual videos that aren't just like a summon video, right? Because even though I do enjoy, you know, doing summons and stuff, I also would like to actually make actual other content on the game or some of these games that I do like for Tribe 9 and stuff. But you know, the problem, I remember when Tribe 9 came out, that was one game I was really interested in. However, the problem with that game was that I could only really do two things: the news videos for any announcements or whatever, and then summon videos. One part of it being the game barely had any like content like that was like new, like weekly or whatever, so it's kind of rare and scarce in that case. And then the other thing was that I was so fucking behind around that time. I don't remember what I was dealing with. I think I was dealing with uni and some other things. So I literally had like a very difficult time to spend time to like grind the game, get to like end game and then make a, you know, what to expect, and you know, like all those guide videos that came out for Tribe 9, basically, if you guys played that, where it was like, oh, this is what like XP is like, this is like the end game farming, all this like different stuff, like which are the best petty mods for character, which that one was a little bit easier to make because you can kind of just tell a little bit for the most part. But just some stuff like that was just kind of like a little bit more difficult because, you know, I was like, oh fuck, I'm busy with with school, and then I couldn't really like sit down, grind the game, and then, you know, be able to make a video on that, which is kind of the annoying part with that. So so that's something I guess for me to like think about in the future, like, okay, like, you know, with all these new other gacha games coming out, they're going to require quite a bit of grind to catch up and to like learn a bunch of different things. So me personally, I may want to like try to figure out a way to where I can just like hone down on these like games maybe, but at the same time it might be a little bit more difficult in the upcoming months here, because there's a good chance at least one of them that I am interested in playing, which is the Seven Deadly Sins open world game, there might be some other gacha games that release around the same time or have big content releases at the same time, and that's what kind of makes it a bit of an issue, right? Because it's like, oh shit, I have to do this and this, and then yeah, that's the one downside of playing so many gacha games. I guess one upside I could, or one thing I could maybe try doing, now that I think about it, is do what some other streamers do, is just, or I guess content creators do or whatever, is stream myself like playing all this stuff, and then maybe just like uploading that kind of like while me discovering things or whatever. But I don't know if that'd be a really good idea, right? Just fucking would be kind of weird, right? Just, oh, this segment I have my stream of me playing this, and then I just kind of upload that. I guess maybe that wouldn't work out, right? Unless I was like discussing something like I am now, but that would require a little bit of editing to at least make it a little bit more interesting, other than just like, you know, something like this. Because I think something like this, if it just as a face value as a video, would be kind of boring. But I think if like there's a bit of editing with like some zoom in, some cuts, and other things, that could be a bit more interesting. But yeah, oh well. Let's actually start. 17, almost 20 minutes into streaming, we just got to the actual story. Yeah, it's fine, I'm sure. We didn't need the extra time anyways. Yeah, we're 2 away from having the full Cryos Air stones or whatever. That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I thought we were like gonna be like, it was gonna be a bit longer, but no, we're, if this is the case though, I feel like we might be nearing the end of the story here, I feel like, right? Though I do wonder how the story is going to play out, whether they are forced to go through the rebirth and all our friends basically have to be turned into these gods and then later be reincarnated, or maybe something else is going to happen that will just like tear that idea apart and basically set everybody free to where they're not forced into this like endless continual cycle of become god, become corrupted, get reborn, rinse and repeat, you know? Because that's honestly kind of shitty how they're just forced into these roles, being isolated from everybody, and then like eventually themselves as beings like being reduced more and more and more. So I don't know, I just think it's kind of like shitty, so we'll have to wait and see, I suppose. You recall how the Amphorians cherish epics, using stories to soothe their sorrows. Perhaps you should embrace this way to dispel your melancholy and regain your strength. Then let it begin. Countless words of adventure surge through your mind. You need only grasp just one to anchor your creation. Don't be influenced by the noise outside, just focus on the key word in your mind. Who's calling me? That's what I'm interested in. Would it be cool if it's like Welt and the others or something? I don't think so. That's probably going to be like Don Hang or Aglia. Oh, no, I guess it's Cypher. That works too, I suppose. $30 for you and $70 for me. I know I did hear the story quest for 3.3 was actually really good, so I'm pretty excited. That's also kind of why I'm a little bit more what's the word, I guess, motivated to do this, because I heard it's really good. Though the other part of it, of me being motivated, is the fact that I've already missed like about 30 weeks of like the weekly material, because there's apparently a new weekly boss, so that's the other thing. But I have heard this story is actually like pretty good, like not like crazy like best story in the game or best story in HSR, but like, you know, it's pretty good. It's like, I'd say maybe it's like around the top 5, top 10 of the better stories in the game so far. So I'm very excited for this. and to see what it's all about.
Styxia's moonlight is
Oh,
so
why are we
beautiful.
back here?
And the River of Souls is so quiet.
Is there anything like left for us here?
Everything that happened was just a dream.
Because Castorice already left here, so there shouldn't be anything we need to worry about.
Cass is doing okay on the other
Unless
side.
Cypher's here because she wanted to like take some extra like money or something.
No, this shouldn't be so depressing.
Low key though, I wouldn't be too surprised if there's like some sort of Avengers thing towards the end when we fight like whoever the big bad. Because they didn't mention though in 3.2 or whatever that there's apparently like a third party involved in here. That's the reason of like everything getting fucked up basically, which I think is probably gonna tie into the whole the corrupted, whatever the fuck they called it, the waves or whatever. It's like something that's similar to like Withering Waves or some shit. But like the black waves or whatever, the corrupted stuff. So I feel like the story's gonna lead towards that direction, and then maybe everybody's gonna like team up, defeat this third party, which is the true enemy, and then maybe there's no more weird reincarnation shit, and then, well, not like weird, but there's no like, I guess, bad reincarnation stuff where like people are forced to be gods and all this, and then maybe there's like an alternative route. You know, maybe. Loki though kind of sounds a little bit similar to like the Xenoblade plot for Xenoblade Chronicles 1, if you guys have played that. Loki, you know, that game was really good, you know, I'm not gonna lie. In my opinion, I really liked it. At least the story was pretty good in my opinion. Huh? What was that sound?
I don't know, but this aura feels so familiar.
Kind of weird.
Let's go check it out.
Because like I said, you know, Castorice is gone from here, right? So like, there shouldn't really be anything about this. There shouldn't really be anything here other than maybe like the corrupted black shores, whatever the fuck it was called. That's something I can really think of as to what maybe is here. Also, when did it get set up like this? Let me fix that. There you go. As much as like my idea, I kind of feel like Castorice should be on number 1 here.
Hey, what's that on the ground?
The Loki, I was using him for like the weekly thing or whatever.
Careful.
Careful. I don't know, I forgot the name of it was, but the weekly thing.
A piece of black
and then
cloth.
he kind of clutched them, I'm not gonna lie.
Where have I seen this before?
Also, let's take the flame reavers here. Okay. But why is he here though? There shouldn't be anything left for him to take, no? Unless he's using this place as a way to try and get after Cass. Because maybe there's like a... Oh, no, he's just right behind us. Okay.
Wait! We both know what this thing can do.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
Let's try our best to deal with them for now, and we'll slip into the past with Time's power as soon as we can.
The River of Souls.
Yeah, what about it?
Is full of fish, big and delicious.
You like fish, man?
What?
The flame chase journey stops. Meow.
Huh? Meow, meow.
Meow?
Is that Cypher?
I don't understand this language at all.
Is Cypher pulling a prank on us or something? That's gotta be Cypher. Yeah, I thought so. I was like, when the whole cat motif got brought in, I was like, okay, it's fucking Cypher. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it also wouldn't make any sense for him, for the Flame Weaver to be here, because there's nothing for him to really take. Unless he has some sort of, like, free passageway to, like, Castorice from here. But I don't think so.
Come on, don't be upset. I'm just giving you
I will be doing a couple pulls for Cypher chat. I don't know if I'll get her. I'm only gonna do like probably 4 10 rolls for her, and then the rest will be saved for what's coming next patch for our boy Phanon, and then the Saber, of course. So I'm just gonna do a couple for her. If I get her, cool. If I don't, it is what it is. I don't really care. If I may roll for her when she does get a rerun. If I have a couple summons laying around and there's the one else I'm interested in, then I might try to get her then. I don't know if there's another character that had a situation like that. Actually, no, Huaho, yeah. When Huaho came out, when she had a rerun, I did try and summon for her and I didn't get her. So might treat Cypher the same way, where like I do like her, but there's kind of like bigger targets that I want to get other than Cypher. So as much as I like her, I'm kind of okay with me missing out on her for the time
example,
being.
What did you think when you realized
Even
that piece of
though
cloth
she's a
came
part of
from the
Nihility, and I do
Flame
like
Raver's cloak?
building on my Nihility team a bit more. Granted, there's two different versions.
We thought that maybe the Flame Reaver was around here somewhere?
That's right.
I think I did hear
And then
also
you
that
heard
apparently we
some
can maybe
footsteps.
trial Cypher during
What did you
this,
think when that happened?
which would make sense, right? Because like, you know, this is the patch that just came out
We
with
thought it must
Cypher,
be the
which is,
Flame
you know,
Reaver
she's going to come
coming
out
this
soon.
way.
So it kind of makes sense that we would be able to
Yep,
trial her in this,
Exactly. I just used some hints.
since
and,
we've already been able to
make
trial like Anaxa,
suggestions to help you
Castorice,
believe
Mighty
in a
before.
lie. Lies are what Zagreus is best at. If everyone believes in a lie, then it becomes reality.
Okay.
The power to make lies into reality?
I wonder if like
That's
she
not
has a
all
core.
my
I
hair's
feel like she
standing
would,
up.
right? Like maybe she has like one of the like last core flames that we
You
need.
think I might be lying? No need. The seamstress trusts you for a reason. Someone as honest as you couldn't trick me even if you wanted to. So, there's no harm in telling you.
Telling me what?
Besides, we still need to team up to go treasure hunting, right? Let's wrap up here. It's time to get going. Oh,
Oh, another phone
was
call.
that your teleslate?
Who's it? Oh, Phanon. Okay. It's time to continue our training.
Aren't you a popular one? But I got to you first, so help me with the treasures.
Okay,
and then I'll
Cypher.
send you two to the
Sure.
grove. Ah, ah, ah. Curiosity killed the cat.
There's a
you
lot of
know.
fucking cat
Do
quips
you
on.
think I'll spend
I don't
it
really
all?
mind it too much though.
That's so not
Definitely fits for
why
the character.
I hunt for treasures. Don't forget, I'm a demigod too. And there's a line reserved for me in that stupid prophecy as well. You shall walk with greed and die over petty change.
Ouch. That sounds like shit.
But I don't believe in that. As long as I keep collecting treasures, then I won't need to care about petty change. And as long as I don't hurt other people when I get what I want, I won't be walking with greed. Right?
I mean, if you
Isn't
still
that
go after
simple?
this much like treasure, it's still
So,
technically
as long as I keep
greed.
going down this path, all
Ooh,
those
that does not sound good though,
predestined
Chad. Because a lot of
prophecies
these
will
prophecies are
never catch up
basically
to
like,
me.
yeah, you're gonna basically die at some point, or you're gonna turn corrupted and then die,
That
or
was a
you're
long
basically gonna
speech.
be forced to
I'm
like
getting
do this
thirsty
one
at this
thing, and
rate.
that's it.
The treasures of
Like the only good
Styxia
prophecy
aren't
that I've
gonna
seen so far for
float up
anybody
on
in
their
this
own. Come
is for
on,
fucking
great mystery.
Phanon
Show
apparently,
me
where
what
he's
the
just gonna
authority
like
of
be a
time
hero
can
and
do.
carry everybody to like the next generation or some shit. Fucking Tribby and Trinon like, oh yeah, you'll like die one by one of your split like soul or whatever.
So,
And then fucking
this is the car of the
Mighty is
Astral
literally just
Express
like,
you've
you're gonna be
spoken
forced to fucking
My repository of memories has been
fight for forever and then
enriched
eventually
with
just die by getting
another
stabbed in your back or some
fascinating
shit.
piece of information.
It's like, damn, bro.
Thank you for leaving
It's like all
here,
these like
Lord
most of these are
Darnell.
basically like literally like you know, there's like, you know how some stories like there's a good end and a bad end. For a lot of these characters I'm Forius that are like these Crowsayers, it's literally like 90% of them is basically like you meet a bad end. Like you're basically gonna end up at a bad end and you're gonna lose your life at some point. It's like, fuck, man. It's like, why is the prophecy gotta be like you do this and you die eventually or something, or you die a horrible death? It's like, fuck. It's like, is anybody gonna get like a good ending besides just like one person seemingly just being what is it, Phanon? So far everybody that's been at Crosshair has literally died. Anaxa just died. Castor's is technically dead. Tribby's about to be fully dead. Mighty's semi almost kind of dead, but still being alone. You're fighting an endless war. It's like, fuck. What is this? Ligus. So is this the car of the Astral Express you've spoken of? My repository of memories have been enriched with another fascinating piece of information. Thank you for leading me here, Lord Donna Hang. Okay. Yeah, Ligus seems like a really important character, like maybe on the same tier, like kind of like what Herta said, right? He's kind of on the same tier as Screwlum, to where like he's, you know, really smart, but he seems to also play like a larger scope in the world of Amphorius here. So he definitely has like an extra special role into the story than just being like some sort of like law-abiding robot here. A council elder like yourself would be willing to journey so far to inspect the express. So he knows about. Oh, so this guy knows about the outside world. Like he knows like most shit that is kind of not maybe not going on currently, but like he kind of know he knows things because he knows that Donhang is a council elder. Okay, so this guy like knows shit basically that like most people here wouldn't have a single fucking idea about. That's interesting.
Arguments hold wisdom and knowledge in high esteem. If the citizens knew of your origins, I'm sure more would be intrigued by.
I wonder if Lygus is going to be like some sort of bad guy, or if it's more of like a situation of like maybe because he does mention the taboo thing.
Taboo.
Then again, I didn't want us to mention anything about the sky either. But I wonder if like I feel it's probably the same thing with like Aglia or whatever, where it's like until certain conditions are kind of met, then you're like good to go. We could talk about, or like other people, we can talk about this more people or whatever. But with between us, it's probably fine, maybe kind of thing.
It's been quite some time since you first arrived in Akama. Presumably, you've been looking for a.
Donhang has basically been sitting on the fucking sidelines for like 90% of this. I guess minus the part where he kind of helped us out with Mighty. The other inclusiveness and everything sound like the more I find, the more powerless I feel. Yeah, I mean, this guy Lygus basically said that for her, right? You can't come in here. I'm not gonna let you, basically. And even if you try, there's gonna be so many different things that basically will like screw you over from even trying to get in. So I'd imagine the same thing probably goes vice versa for trying to get out. I'm assuming the key to getting out is gonna evolve. You know, more everybody, all the Krausers, getting their like stones or whatever, something like that, and then defeating whatever this third party is, and then of course also taking care of Aquila, whatever the heck her name, the god's name is, to open up the sky so everybody can escape. And then I think once like some stuff like that is like taken care of, then that's when they can like leave, I'd assume. Because right now the main thing is Aquila, that's like the sky god or whatever, that's like keeping everybody from not being able to escape currently, at least for the time being.
Stumped Amphorius' scholars for centuries. It isn't something you can.
So I guess the key is basically just find Aquila and then beat him up, take their core flame, and then the sky should probably be free to leave or to explore. Sky Tide experience the many scholars from Amphorius believe the taboo against the world beyond the sky stems from the curse cast by Aquila. The thing is that it's not really a curse because it's literally just like a defense mechanism, I'd imagine, or like what happened to the ship here, the part of the ship of the Astral Express, where it literally got shot down. Granted, it was more so from like Nidus because he threw like his spears, but like I think the ship did get shot by Aquila. No, like I feel like it got shot by like a laser at some point, and then it got thrown spears at.
Exactly.
A little
Of
bit
the
after.
12 titans of Amphorius, Aquila is known for being the most capricious.
What would be funny if Lygus has the secret or the key to get to Aquila, and he's just been holding it.
Sunshine, mournful rain.
I do wonder why the fuck he has a hole in his chest though. Like I wonder what that's supposed to be. Maybe put like an orb or something in there. Additionally, Aquila is one of the two titans whose core flames have yet to be returned. Yes, one of the big ones. I wonder which is the other one then. Is the other one Cypher's?
The sky above affects every citizen. It's clear that Lady Aglia's decision to confront.
Yeah, I'd imagine probably Aglia waited to wait for the Sky Titan to like have as much firepower as possible to like basically tackle it. Is what I'm assuming is the idea here. If returning Aquila's core flame can break the sky's curse, we won't have to exhaust ourselves searching for a way back. We can simply focus on aiding the Crowsairs. I do wonder if maybe like when they do break Aquila, if they'll be able to call the Astral Express, because maybe Aquila maybe also has an additional like anti not being able to call from outside of like Amphorius itself. Maybe would be interesting.
Have no home to return to, so I understand your concern for your old friends and homeland. I used anti-Catheran technology, or scanning, as you might call it, to assess this car.
Oh.
Assuming my judgment is correct, I might
Oh
be
shit!
able to
All right,
conduct a
cool.
thorough
Lygus is gonna help us out to
overhaul
get the
of its
fucking
power
the cart
systems.
here powered up again. Okay, that's cool. Damn, bro's actually coming in
course,
clutch.
that's only a few, my lord. Permit me to interact.
I mean, shit,
with it.
I'd be like, sure, bro, go for it. If you can fix it up. Damn, Lygus is low-key kind of like goat right now. But he like
You are
knows
a man
everything
to
almost.
trust. I will be very careful.
Damn, okay. I wonder how he's gonna repair it though. I guess it's not too important, I suppose. It's unbelievable. You seem to understand its structure perfectly. Have you repaired something like this before? Oh, maybe he had like a ship or something that maybe leads to the Sky Titan? Potentially?
Not exactly.
Or maybe not.
But we Antikytherians are inherently sensitive to machinery.
Oh,
Carefully
yeah, well, I guess
endowed
that's a
our
good
kind
point.
with a unique advantage for analyzing and learning.
Oh, that's a fair
If
point.
you give me some time, I might be able to fully restore this damaged car to its former
I like how it's still
glory.
on fire. Like it's
Then
been on
you
fire
and
for
your
so many, like
esteemed
however long we've been
companion
here.
can set off on your return journey
It's like,
sooner.
damn, you know, it's like you think some of it would be like reduced to ash low-key with how long it's been, you know, stuck burning. The real issue isn't with Aquila.
Hypothetically, Lord Donham, if I could open up a path out of Amphorius that circumvents Aquila's divine punishment,
Damn, okay, Lygus.
would you consider ceasing your support for the Flame Chase journey?
That's an interesting statement. So he's basically saying that if you want, I could open up a portal to take you and your homie out of here, but you would be able to support whatever's going on here anymore. Personally, I'd say math like that, man. I'm still. I'd rather just have the ship be fixed, and then we'll stick for the long haul to help these guys out to help save the planet. Because that's kind of what the Trailblazers do, anyways. They kind of just help out people, planet to planet. So, you know, it'd be kind of weird. Let's see. I don't understand. Does the Council of Elders possess some secret means of counteracting divine punishment?
It's best if you don't delve too deeply into that question, my lord.
Okay, Lygus.
All you need to know is, I can make it happen.
Oh, that's really interesting. I feel like Lygus is maybe like one of those characters, like the only thing I can really think of recently, but I don't know if you guys have like watched this, but is like in Dragon Ball Daima, there's the really old Namekian dude, right? The old Namekian dude. And it kind of feels like that, where he was like, at some point in the story, he went along with like Goku's like crew and team, and he didn't really help them out other than like maybe like a couple minor things here and there. But for the most part, he was just kind of sidelining. And then eventually towards the end, then he did help them out. And it kind of feels like something like this maybe, or the kind of like how that guy was, like he could like, you know, power up and like be really, really helpful. I feel like Lygus in this case is kind of similar, where he's like a bit powerful in terms of like what he could provide, and basically like, you know, like you just said, he can get both Don Hung and the MC like out of here. But there's probably like some things that like are kind of restricting him, whether that be like, oh, because you know they're outsiders, then they're kind of like, you know, it's okay for them to leave, but then they can't help out anymore. Or maybe like some of the things have to like kind of go in place, like maybe there's some other rules that kind of like don't allow for other things, like, oh, I can get you out, but you know, you can't come back to help or something like that. I'm not too sure, but that's just kind of like my idea right now. So I don't think Lygus is the bad guy so far, seemingly. I think it's just more of like he's a bit of a neutral party. May or may not be, because he might be restricted to like some rules here and there potentially. Let's see, maybe this is not a decision made by the Council of Elders, but rather his personal wish.
The crucial point is, if you and your companion are unwilling to halt your support for the Chrysos,
Is this the third party that he mentioned earlier?
certain interests.
It's just, if you're unwilling to halt your support for the Kraus heirs, it could offend certain interests. Yeah, because I think for the most part they've been saying like the flame chase journey has never been like, what is it like it never meant like its full completion. I think they've been saying like they spent multiple years trying their best so many people dying here and there to try and lead up to like the full completion of the flame chase journey. And I think what he's saying here is that you guys being here and helping out has kind of been fucking things over to where they might actually accomplish the flame chase journey, and then maybe some things like maybe there's like a higher up or like the third party maybe is controlling Lygus or has something with Lygus, to where if they do actually complete the flame chase journey, then that would fuck over their plans or whatever they're trying to do. Maybe that's what they're going for here with the story, if he's saying something like this. But I think Lygus is a bit of a neutral party, but maybe leaning to one side or than the other. I reviewed the records of many castle elders. Among them, only your background was nearly blank. I'd like to accept your goodwill, but given such a mysterious background and motives, anyone cautious would have doubts. And of course, luckily, Dan Hung is very cautious about shit.
Your prudence impresses me.
I wouldn't mind to learn more about Lygus, though, given like how important his role seems to be here. Oh, who the fuck are these people? A secret? Oh, is this the third like fucking party here? I mean, Donghang should be fine with his powered up form, but
please don't misunderstand, Lord
was interesting.
Donghang. As the Theoros I have no
like I say, he's probably the
allegiance to
neutral
their
party.
plans, nor am I obliged to abstract them.
So this is the third party, huh?
Neutral. Out of respect for you, I hope.
Oh, is this why is this gonna go back, circle back to the I can get you and your friend out of here, but you have to stop helping these guys out? One against four, then. Just to confirm, if things turn ugly later, will you help?
I will not. As I said, I remain neutral.
Damn, Lygus.
Are you
Okay.
asking this because you plan to refuse my offer and continue supporting?
But at the same time, if he's neutral, right? Couldn't he still help us out though? Like if he's, because he's kind of like low-key helping them out a little bit, whoever this third party is. So like I feel like he could still kind of help out. But I guess it's just more of like negotiating rather than like actually like doing something like, you know, really, really helpful, right? So maybe that's just more of like how he's playing things. You weren't wrong about one thing, Lord Lygus. Indeed, we must try to return to our companions. But at the same time, they're kind of stuck here because on March 7th, because, you know, something with this planet is kind of fucking her up. But our companions also include the flame-chasing Kraus heirs. The nameless cannot and will not ignore the fate of our companions. What's going on,
So
huh?
I see. This is
Yep.
what you call trailblazing.
We're gonna bust through all these planets no matter what happens. In a good way. Nice that you help, I meant. The ones who need help are them. That's funny, because I mean, yeah, Don Hung is, you know, when he does this dragon form, he's kind of fucking, you know, juiced up, right? Like, he definitely would not have an issue taking care of a 4 against 1 with his other form. Oh, that's... Oh, is this Phenon? Oh, it is Phenon. Damn, okay. That's kind of cool a little bit. With the cool slashes like that.
Such overwhelming powers. Why? Answer me. Why do you stand in our way? Why do you want to take the core flames?
I'm saying he just doesn't like to talk, huh?
No! He can't hold on anymore. Drag him back here, friend.
Well, I guess we finished up a cipher then already.
I'm okay. I can handle that kind of hit now. But
Hey, that's pretty
a few
good.
months ago, that
Phenon's
would've knocked
improving.
me out.
Always keeping me on edge.
Thanks for worrying, buddy. Thanks for the help. To face Aquila and other potential threats, I must sharpen myself with the most aggressive methods.
I was going for that,
Even
what is
so,
it, like those
it's
Shonen Jump,
impressive you
like,
thought of this
training
method.
arcs where it's like
Battling the phantoms of
doing the
past in
most
river of
intense
time?
stuff in like the
It's just
shortest amount of
hyperbolic
time.
sanctum
Like,
that the bards describe.
being like, oh, this power level or like this new form usually takes like 2 years. The training we're gonna do, you're gonna be like there in like 2 weeks or 2 months or something like that, right? That's what it's kind of starting to sound like here with what Phaenon's doing, which makes sense though, right? Because they don't want to have all the time in the world here.
You say? But combat isn't just about strength.
Yeah, Phaenon's the go, son.
You also need the right weapon.
Can't wait to summon for him too when he comes out. I'm hoping I get him too. I don't have like a lot of summons, but I have a decent amount. But I do definitely want Phaenon. He's really cool. It's kind of cool though, because I feel like we're at a point where the story's gonna like, we already had some pretty good time with Phaenon, but I feel like the story's gonna start leaning towards more of like, because you know the amount of characters we had kind of has gotten reduced over time, right? For different factors. And so I feel the story is going to kind of like focus a bit more on Phaenon here, and we're going to learn a bit more about him. Yeah, I'm going to pull for him. I might try for his light cone as well, but it kind of just depends on how many summons I have during that time, and whether or not I have Saber and her light cone, and then also whether or not I feel like it's worth it or not to pull for his light cone. But at the very least, I will pull for Phaenon himself, at least one copy, because I mean he's cool. He's pretty cool. So I'm all for it, to be honest.
Don't worry.
For me, I just pull for the cool characters, and also if they're strong or OP, or if they're just cool, you know. Like for Mighty, he's good. He's not overpowered, but he's good. But I just thought he was fucking cool, so I wanted to summon for him.
In order to help me, he
and in some cases, like Acheron and Firefly, they look already are cool as they are, and they're OP, so it kind of works out. I'll pull for him too. Oh, okay. I think he's gonna. Not gonna lie. I think he's going to be one of the most overpowered characters in the game. Right. I just kind of feel it, you know, because he is kind of like the main character of this story. Besides, you know, us that are just kind of like Penacony, right? We're like the sidelines. Oh, thank you for the follow, Mchaz. But I feel like Phaenon's going to be OP because he's kind of like he feels like the main character, you know. Besides like us that are here, like, you know, being the main character, you feel like he would have to be pretty OP, right? So I think that's another reason why he might also be worth to pull for. Phaenon is 100% broken. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of feel, you know, I think he's going to be pretty broken when he comes out. So definitely I would really recommend. I mean, if you don't like Phaenon, you know, it is what it is, you know. You know, if you don't like a character, you know, when they pull for them, right? For me personally, I will though. I will 100% be pulling for this guy. Oh, I should mention this, chat. They are actually doing something a little bit differently though for next patch. So if I'm saying this, or if I'm thinking about this right, I think the first week of the upcoming patch, or the week before it, they're gonna release the Fate collab, and then 1 week after, that's when Phaenon will drop. So it's basically the first week of either the new patch or a week before the patch will be the introduction of the Fate collab. So Saber will be available. There'll probably be a login for Archer, and then the week after should be when like Phaenon drops and all that stuff. Basically, I think it's a story spoiler, so I won't say what he does, but he looks better than Castorice easily. Oh, okay, I'm excited to see what that is then.
Don't worry.
Like I said, I have heard the story patch is actually really good from the past ones, so like I'm really excited to do this and just like, you know, get through it more and see what you know what it has to offer. What about the fake characters?
Times have changed.
I mean, I'd say they're also worth pulling for, more so because they're like limited collab characters, right? Like they're not going to come back ever. Usually collab characters never come back. Rarely they do for like a part 2 rerun kind of thing, or maybe they introduce even more characters. But usually with collab characters, especially so far, what it seems like with Hoyoverse so far, they won't ever come back at all. Like with Genshin, they technically had their first collab, you know, when the game first came out with like PlayStation, with like with Aloy, and she, you know, she was complete ass, but you know, when she came in, that was the one time you could get her. After that, you couldn't get her anymore. So I feel like going for at least Saber, because Archer is going to be free, Saber isn't. So I feel like Saber is also a character you should pull for more so because she's a limited character. That's what I would recommend, because she's limited, and you know, that's how you kind of usually do with gacha games. If it's like a limited character, especially if it's a collab, you probably want to summon for them. So what I would recommend, if you're a free to play player and you have like a decent amount of summons, I'd say probably go for Saber, at least get one copy of her, and then wait for Phaenon and then pull for him. And then from there, you can kind of decide if you want to go for light cones or anything like that, because the light cones will also be limited, of course, you know. Saber and Archer, I heard have really good free to play teams, like the best in the game free to play was. Oh, okay, that's pretty good at least. Definitely is going to be a lot better for for newer players, which I think which does make a lot of sense, right? Because if they're good with like a lot of 4-star characters and like, you know, teams that are more free to play accessible, it makes sense because they're literally like, it's a collab, right? Generally during collabs, people that have not touched the game or who haven't touched the game in a long time will come back to it. So you kind of want to make those characters already OP, you know, OP as is, right? And would it be kind of smart if the character Phanon, who comes out a week later, is also OP or even more OP? So then all the people that just joined or joined back are like, oh, hey, this new character Phanon just came out. He's really, really good. Let me pull for him as well. Maybe spend some money, right? So pretty good kind of plan of how they're doing it like that. I'm pulling for Saber because she's from the Fate. Even though I never watch Fate, I watch Fate and I play FGO a little bit. So I do know about Saber, but even then, like, even if I didn't know about her, I would have still pulled summoned for her anyways. One, because she's a collab character, and two, she looks really cool. I'll be honest, she looks really cool. Now, there has been some games I have played where there's like a collab where I maybe don't know the character, and I might low-key just kind of skip because I don't really care. But then at the same time, sometimes I might just say, fuck it, whatever, because it's a limited collab character. They usually don't ever come back. Now, they may or may not be good. Like, they may be good for like a little bit, then fall off, or, you know, however a way it may go. But I'd still say for collabs, it's always worth it for the most part. Times have changed. The responsibility I bear is both precious and fragile. I wield my sword for the future of Amphorius. I will not let hatred cloud my judgment again and neglect my duties. Oh, you really grown.
I'm far from finished. I must continue sharpening my skills until I can match their strength.
I will say though, I did like Phanon in the beginning.
Every time I say
but I just kind of haven't really had
so
like as much of a connection to the character himself, because he just hasn't had like a whole lot of things other than like a couple things sprinkled in here and there, where like with his like friendship with Mighty, and then like how we traveled with him a little with Phanon a bit during that little challenge or whatever, going up against Nikador, which is pretty cool. Should never mind Phanon. Apparently they gutted his kit literally 8 hours ago. Really? Ooh, that sucks. If that's the case. But I feel like he's probably still going to be good. Like, I feel like he has to be good, right? For a main character. Like, the main character, Amphorius. Like, I feel like he still has to be somewhat good. Even if they did gut his character, at the same time, I'm assuming you're talking about leaks. You know, you can't always trust leaks, like, 1-to-1. But, I'd assume he's still going to be somewhat pretty overpowered. At least for, like, a good while. Like, even Mighty, like, I'll be honest, Mighty, when I first saw him and, like, like, what he did and everything, it didn't seem that crazy. But he was still really good, and he's still meta, you know? So I think Phanon will be fine, even if they did if they do nerf him and, or whatever happens in leaks, in like the I guess like closed beta or whatever. I think he'll still be really good, like a really good character, in my opinion at least. I mean, yeah, you know, leaks can always change, you know. The character could always get buffed, nerfed, however they want to change it.
Find whatever you're into here.
Sometimes there's been a couple times too where they literally like buff or nerf a character literally like a couple hours before the character even releases, so they could totally, you know, like literally they have free roam to do whatever they want until the character actually drops. And then of course with HSR now, you know, later on the characters, you know, can get buffed, right? Like we're getting buffs for like Blade and Jing Liu and you know, whoever else that I am forgetting. Where are we going? Mighty? Nice. Yeah, I really like Mighty personally. Mighty's pretty cool. I will say though, for me, because of my account, I don't have any 5-star healers until now. Kind of would recommend to pull Hyacinth, though it kind of goes 50-50 on whether you should or should not pull Hyacinth. I like Hyacinth, but I kind of just pulled her a bit more because I needed a really good healer in my account, and she's really good with Castorice and Mighty because she buffs max HP, so she kind of like has a bit of future proofing for any future like HP scalers like that. So in that regard, Hyacinth's good, but at the same time, I do feel like we're going to be starting to shift to like a different meta when Mighty does drop. Like I feel like at that point, the overall meta is going to be like shifting towards like different team comps. Kind of like how, you know, it's been like going throughout like since like last year with Penacony, right? With like you have like the Nihility Acheron team with the DOTs or whatever, and then she could do her ultimate, then the Firefly Super Break teams, and then you can also do with Rappa as a Super Break, and then with like Castorice and Mighty, and then technically Tribute, you have like the full damage, HP reducing and then healing, you know, back and forth teams. And then so I feel like we're gonna be shifting towards like, and then I guess also the herder, right, with the whole full AOE team, right? They use erudition and all that. So, but I do feel like we're gonna, once Phenon does drop like around what, July or whatever, we're gonna be shifting towards a different meta. I feel like personally, as to what that's gonna be, I don't really know, but that's kind of what I'm feeling right now is what's gonna happen soon. Is that we'll be shifting to like a whole different meta, and like different teams and basically like, what's gonna be more stronger. Right? But at the same time, they've literally just done it to where whoever's the most recent summonable character is gonna be the meta basically, which kind of sucks a little bit. But the game is fairly generous in my opinion. Like I feel like it's pretty easy to get summons. Then again, you know, you probably don't want to summon on every single banner, right? So that can kind of factor into things too. Like I'd like, what is it for me? Like I didn't summon for like Rappa, I didn't summon for Link Shaw, Wow. So there's like some characters like for a good amount of period where, or for a couple months, I just don't summon for because I don't really care about them. And you know, clearly there's some characters that are like seem a lot better than others. At the end of the day though, you can really just use whoever you want as long as you build the teams properly, right? Because there's some people that literally just throw in like whatever characters, and then they can't clear content because the team's like really built really weird, right? Like if you had like Kafka, Mighty, and then I don't know, some like Jing Liu in there, and then maybe like a Japard, you know, like that doesn't work, you know. Something like that. I mean, maybe it could work for some stuff, but most like for more in-game content and stuff that's more recent, probably not. What are these names? Let's go for One Punch God. I ain't reading all that. The game will tell me. Surely, right, chat? Surely the game will just tell me what that is. What the scroll's talking about. Oh, yes. Interesting. Oh, no, I don't read anymore. Okay.
Well, let's take a closer look.
Where are we going? I did hear though that apparently the MC for the Trailblazer for the male and female one did get replaced. And I think I just heard a little bit about that. I skip. Rappa was so overhated on release. Yeah, I remember about that when Rappa was out, like when she was coming out. People were, I think, well, like I remember like a little bit of it though. To be fair, it was like a while ago, so I don't remember like everything. But like, I think it was, what was it like? People just saying, like her damage seemed kind of weak or whatever. Because like she honestly was kind of like a better Firefly, because she's like full AOE plus super break, right? Or Firefly isn't really like full AOE, like she's like semi AOE. Now she's better than Firefly and everything. Yeah, I mean, to be unfair, there was like pieces of endgame content where like having a Rappa would be kind of nice over like a Firefly, because it's just like the full AOE is really nice.
Curtain fall hour, a time to feast on.
But at the same time, right, like Rappa looks really cool. I was actually thinking about summoning for Rappa a little bit when she did come out, but I think there was a character who was teased. I think it was Sunday, right? Or was it might have been someone else who was teased coming after Rappa that I was like, oh, okay, maybe I might wait for them. I think it was either that or I figured that since I have Firefly, I don't really need Rappa. It's kind of crazy because like we're starting to get to a point where Firefly is just like really not that great anymore for like a lot of things.
Like that can really catch them off guard.
And one thing that kind of sucks in my opinion is that Acheron is so good. The problem is that for her to still be good, you kind of have to have her at like, I think, was it like two dupes, I think, on Acheron? So she has that restriction of having full nihility characters reduced by like 1 or 2, so you can have like a healer or something on the team, or a buffer. Which I was kind of like, ooh, when I heard that. Because some people said that, oh, you know, why are you complaining, right? You know, you could, you know, most free players could do that. But I kind of don't like something for dupes because I'd rather pull the new character. And so far, that's kind of, you know, helped me throughout the game. Besides not having a healer for the longest time. like a 5-star healer. I was actually thinking about picking up Luocha with the, you know, on the anniversary they give us those like gold little like what is it, the gold little trinket or whatever, and you could use that to get free Luocha or free Rowan May. I could have gone to Luocha, but like I heard a lot of people saying Luocha's just like a really mid healer now, though it doesn't even matter, like even Gallagher's better than him. So then I just was like, you know what, they didn't mention they're gonna add featured characters to that like shop where you could choose that like golden trinket, so I'm gonna like I'm basically gonna just like wait for any like other featured characters that will drop in. I haven't gone this far in the story yet.
Herself.
Why is Mem speaking normally in the mouth? She actually started speaking normally since last patch. Actually, to be honest, I much prefer her speaking like a normal, normally than saying fucking mem for like 50 lines or whatever. I feel like it's probably better for the voice actor too. No, I feel like they'd probably be like a bit more, be like, oh, okay, I can actually say something, other than like repeating the same fucking word like 50 times over. Yeah, I do have Acheron actually. She's not like overpowered, but she's pretty good. And I have her light cone, 1 copy. Just the character herself. I don't have any dupes though, but like I think it was the second dupe. So this one, the number of annihilated characters required for the trace is reduced by 1. Yeah, this one. I heard like dupe 2 is kind of worth it because you can basically run her with like another healer or like another like buffer potentially. And then that's kind of like why dupe 2 is kind of recommended, but dupe 2 is kind of a lot, or you have to just get lucky. Yeah, you don't care about spoilers, to be honest? Oh, okay. I mean, to be honest, I do watch some streamers here and there for like some gacha games, or at least I used to, where I would watch the story with them. Though, to be fair, that's usually after. That was usually after I did already do the story by myself. The only time I don't really care about it, if it's like a game I'm probably never going to play, then I don't really care about story spoilers, and I'll just watch someone else do it. What team you use with her? Can I get some recommended characters? Oh, sure. I'll let you know after we get through this talk we're playing on.
That would be pretty careless. Here, look, I'm reading this. Antiques appraisal.
Well, looks like we're doing the same thing as Don Hang while we're doing a little bit of research here. I wonder if that means we'll find the same information that Don Hang found.
No way. I've invested almost all my savings into this hobby. I've spent a lot of time pondering how Aglaia became such an effective leader. Beyond the intangible qualities like personality and ethics, a major reason is her family.
Well, I mean, yeah, that would help out a lot.
That's the perk of growing up in a big city, isn't
it? Having the big bucks, right away to help you out with anything you want to do.
It's 30% grind, 70% fate.
Yeah, I know what I know what it'd be like being on a little bit.
As a leader,
one time I didn't get spoiled was Fontaine, and thank God, because I didn't, because that was Fontaine was so good. Fontaine was really, really good. Not gonna lie, I was so fucking disappointed with fucking Natlan. Natlan seemed like it was gonna be so cool, and like the music for like the like the very first like thing that was kind of showcasing all the different like regions that were gonna come out for Genshin. The music they chose for Natlan was really cool. I liked it. And then Natlan was just a fucking like a wet hot dog. It was like so mid. Like the only thing that was cool were very tiny parts in the story, and like the very cool cutscene at the very end where we killed the final boss in Natlan. That was the only thing that was cool. But for the majority, like the story from like Fontaine to like Natlan was such a big fall off. I was like so disappointed with it. Thank you. My English is not that good, so I'll try harder to understand it. Okay. Don't worry, San. Each of us has like different strengths and different like difficulties, so I completely get it. Let's see. So Natlan, I haven't done anything past 5.0 yet. I just heard Mavika is glazed by the writers. Yeah, I mean, I guess she's a little bit glazed. Where she's kind of like the savior and everything, but yeah, honestly, the story was just really like not that great. Like some of the characters were kind of interesting. And like I said, there was a couple parts in the story I did enjoy, but there was just like some stuff that I just really didn't enjoy, because there's like random parts where it's like, oh, we're just gonna go have a picnic, or we're just gonna have like this party, and then like too much like unnecessary stuff that's like very maybe not unnecessary, but like too much of the boring stuff, right? It's like I want to get to the cool, interesting stuff. I don't want to spend like however much time doing whatever, which sometimes kind of happens. They just start with like the first patch of 3.0 or whatever for the M40 story, where we spent so much time going over lore and all this other random stuff that it was just super boring, and and it's like I just want to get to the interesting stuff, man. And like that's also one complaint I do have with HSR, like the story's like a little bit too long for not getting straight to the point with some stuff. Worst part about Fontaine's Farina was very underappreciated for what she did. Yeah, I mean the amount of like eons and years and stuff she had to like go through pretending to do all that, it was just crazy. All right, let me help you out here, San, real quick. So this is the current Acheron team I'm running. I wouldn't say it's the best team, but this is like the one I'm running personally that I think is like I'd say it's up there for as like a pretty good team. Basically, I have Acheron here, Black Swan, and then Jiaoqi, and then Aventurine. Aventurine is here to like help the team stay alive, basically Jiao Qi is like the kind of a necessary support for Acheron, because he does a lot of basically a lot of DOTs, a lot of debuffs to the enemy, where the enemy also has a debuff that makes them take increased damage to the ultimate. So that helps Acheron do a lot more damage to the enemy. So basically, at the very least, you probably want these two, Acheron and Jiao Qi. Black Swan is a little bit outdated though nowadays. So if you don't have her, it's not that big of a deal. Honestly, if you don't have Black Swan, you could totally switch her out for Pella. Where's my Pella? So if you wanted to, you could swap out Black Swan here for Pella, which she's somewhere around here. Yeah, Pella. Pella's another really good option for Acheron teams. Definitely could use her. Yeah, Gallagher's also really good. So if you don't have if you need a sustainer, you don't have adventuring, you can swap him out for Gallagher. Gallagher's also really good because he does apply a fire debuff. Now with Jiao Qi might not work out too well because they both apply fire debuffs, but Gallagher's a really good support. In my opinion, the #1 best support in the game. Dude has literally carried me on every team I've used him on. Bro is so good, and he's so fucking cool. I'm sad about what they did with him in the Pentacone. So I wish he was a more prominent character that could last longer, because he's probably one of my favorite characters of Pentacone, and maybe even of the game, to be honest, because I really like him. And he looks cool as shit. But yeah, Gallagher's another option you could run. But I would recommend, if you were interested in being a really good Acheron team, Jiao Qi is probably someone you want to go for. However, though, there is other options now where you can actually run a super, I think, what was it, true damage team, where you could run Remembrance MC, because he has an ability here where he can basically give true damage to an ally with Mem here. It's in one of these. Yeah, here, the true let's see. So when max energy of an ally target that has Mem support exceeds 100, for every 10 excess energy, additionally increases the multiplier of true damage dealt. So basically, you can give true damage to an ally, and that'll help out Acheron do more damage basically with the true damage. So you can run that as well as a different option. So Acheron, Pella, Jiao Qi, and Gallagher, yeah, those are pretty good characters you could use. Gallagher is kind of mid on Castorice teams, but that's literally it. Yeah, I do agree with the newer teams with Castorice, definitely not as good. However, though, at least until Hyacinth, Gallagher was low-key the best healer to use for Castorice teams. However, though, now that we have Hyacinth, you want to use Hyacinth for Castorice teams. I use Acheron, Jiao Qi, Sampo, and Bailu. Is that good? If you don't have Gallagher, then I think that's okay. But if you can swap out Bailu for Gallagher, that's what I would recommend personally, because you can apply debuffs. I think there is actually a Lycon though for healers that does apply a debuff though. I don't remember, but I think there is. Let me just check the shop, because I think Bailu's actually does that, but I don't remember for sure. There's the thing, if it applies a debuff or not. Let me see. Max HP. Lenses a random any attacked enemy takes an additional damage of this damage. Additional type is the same type as the wearers. It's not affected by. I don't know if this counts. But I could have sworn there's one Lycon for healers that does count as a DOT low-key. I'll build Gallagher. Yeah, I would recommend Gallagher. Gallagher's a really good healer. Definitely out of all the 4-star healers, he's one I would highly recommend building. He's really, really good. And I think he'd work out way better for that team instead of running Bailu. Because Bailu's, she's not bad, but you don't really run her any more teams anymore nowadays. And then Sampo's not a bad option either if you do need to run another Nihility character. Though I would say maybe go for Pella. I feel Pella's going to be a bit more useful just because of her defense shred. And then you might want to run her on this I don't know if this is the set you still want to run her on anymore, but this set is still pretty good in my opinion. Basically, when you do her ultimate, it basically advances her action, so she can basically do her E skill, or basically. Bailu Lycon is on Castorice. Oh, okay. But yeah, our girl Pella here is also pretty good because of the whole applying a defense down to the team. Yeah, reduce defense by to 40% here, and then her E also removes the buff from the enemy. So Pella's another good option in my opinion to run. But if you want to run Sampo, that's not too bad either. But yeah, Pella, I'd say, is another really good option there. Yeah, you're welcome. If I can, I'll try my best to help out with what I do know. But yeah, at this point, there's 2 different runs you can run her though. I think the most recent one though is running the a true damage team with the Remembrance MC, but you could totally still run the existing one that we do have, or I guess the old meta with just applying DOTs with Black Swan and then Jiao Qi. But yeah, Jiaochi is pretty good. I actually did get really lucky when I did something for Jiaochi here because I did get a couple dupes on him. Or not really a couple, but I did get like an extra dupe on him. Let me see, was it like 1 or 2 dupes? I don't remember. Yeah, I got 1 dupe on him when I literally was like the first time this ever happened to me in HSR, where I summoned for him, and then I got an extra dupe. So I got 2 Jiaochis and 1 Tenroll. It was really cool. So I have this extra dupe passive here, which is really cool. Or allies deal 40% increased damage to enemy targets afflicted with Ash and Rose. So that's pretty cool. Mark regards to Bronya tier 0 next patch on everyone still except mine. Bronya, huh? I mean, maybe, right? You know, maybe she'll help out with Saber as my guess, unless she gets a buff. Because I mean, Bronya's a little bit outdated, you know. I mean, she's not bad, right? But she's a little bit outdated, right? Like, Bronya used to be like that universal support that was really good for like a lot of teams, but then she got replaced by Ruan Mei, who's that new general really good support for like most teams. Like if you're missing like a you know, like the best in slot support for a team, you could run Ruan Mei. She's just like that generally really good support for those teams, so she's pretty cool. Otherwise, if you do have the best in slot, like for a follow-up team, right, you would want to run where is she? You would want to run Robin, or not, it's not Robin. Robin. You want Robin for like a follow-up team, right? Now she got replaced by Sparkle. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I completely forgot about Sparkle because I literally didn't summon for her. Literally, like, what is it? I saw Sparkle and then I was like, I didn't want to summon for her, even though she's good. I didn't really care about Sparkle. She got replaced by Sparkle. Rome doesn't advance forward. Oh, okay. But at the very least, I think, yeah. Oh, I guess that's true, huh? The Sparkle is actually the better general support, but I feel like Ruan Mei's still there, no, as like a good general support as well for teams. At least I think so personally. And then of course I was hearing though that Sunday did replace Sparkle though, and like what she does, like her niche, but I don't know entirely why. I'm assuming it's because like the whole buffing crit rate, crit damage, and then something with like skill points, right? Like giving skill points back or something. Because at least that's what I heard, that like this guy was basically replacing Sparkle. But yeah, anyways, let's get back to the story here. How about the Herda team? Herda team's pretty straightforward, I'd say, for the most part. There's a couple different options, but it's straightforward. I don't actually own the Herda, so
What are you guys chatting about?
I don't really have a good, like, I can't really show the full team, but I can show an example real quick after this.
Why are you here too?
There's a couple options you can run with the Herda. But one of the big characters you could run for the Herda is Anaxa. He did come out like last patch. He was like a really like good character for that team. And then support wise for that team, you did actually want to run Tribi. Tribi was a really good support for at least from what I remember, for the Herda team. And then at that point you can run maybe Jade if you want to run Jade. Jade wouldn't be that option. I think you could maybe even run Himiko, I think. But I do know Jade was another pretty good option you can run for the Herda teams. I think there's even maybe one team where you could run Pella, but I do know you can run OG Herda, the 4-star one. That one is also like another good option you could run with like the big Herda.
She was really good at stargazing.
Tribi rerun when? That's a good question. Because Tribi has not been out, like she's been gone for like a while now, right?
And you must be pretty familiar with all sorts of divination techniques.
I'd say Tribi rerun will probably be, yeah, because Tribi's like now the best support in the game. You know, definitely, I do agree with that. Tribi's like literally like 99% of the teams that I see for like the newer teams or whatever is literally Tribi for like all those, which kind of like made me feel like kind of like confused a little bit, because when I looked at Tribi's kit, I was kind of like, I mean, I guess, but like I can see like kind of why she's like the new best support in the game, because she does damage, she applies like that, like a universal like debuff to the enemy and stuff like that. But like personally for me, I was just kind of like, I wasn't too crazy about. I wasn't too sold on Tribi, but like I do agree that she is probably like really good. But as in terms of like for a rerun for Tribi, I think she's probably gonna be coming back around. I'd say either for Phanon or the patch after Phanon is when I think we will see Tribi run, because we just had the Herda rerun, or I think we're having it now actually. I don't remember. But I think it's like in this patch is the Herder rerun. But that if that's the case, then that means Tribby should basically be either next patch or the patch after Phanon. Most universal character in the game besides Robin. Robin is more universal, but Tribby is just crazy.
After all, the first
But isn't
chapter
Robin
of the
more for like
Divination Compendium
follow-up teams though?
discusses the significance
I
of
think she does have some
divination.
buffs that kind of
I'm
apply
just
from like
expanding
every
on
other
that a
character,
bit.
but I thought, at least I thought personally, Robin was more for like a bit more restrictive, like where she kind of has to be a bit more on like follow-up attack teams. To where like if you don't have a follow-up character or you know that many follow-up characters on your team, then you don't really get the most out of
Couldn't
Robin.
help but feel uneasy.
But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about
Believed
that.
in the outcomes.
But yeah, I do agree. Like, I mean, hey, if every team is basically saying that, like for the most recent teams that want to use Tribby, she probably is like really crazy.
It utterly captivated me.
I do
as a
kind of like though
child.
what they were kind of doing with like making like these more supportive roles still deal like pretty decent damage. So I do kind of like that, to be honest. I'm trying to build Bronya Gallagher Sunday for Phanon. Oh, okay.
It's so exquisite. I'd love to have a card
Out of
like that.
those, now I don't really know what Phanon's gonna do entirely. You know, I can always guess, right? But
Now that you mention it,
I feel
yes,
like out of all
it would be
those,
even better if it were made
I think
of
Sunday's gonna be pretty good to build for just in general because I think Sunday's really good,
Speaking of which,
and then Gallagher's gonna help you out with the Acheron team,
there's
so I'd work
something
with
I haven't
that.
shared with you.
Bronya, I'd say for last personally,
Remember our first trip to the temple? of the
because like
Three
she used to be really good. I mean, she could still be used now, but there's like other better supports in my opinion in the game currently. But I would recommend to build Bronya last personally. Oh, hey, it's the organization from earlier.
You are.
Nice cosplay. kind of reminds me of like I think from No More Heroes 1, or Travis Touchdown says to his brother. I think it's to his brother, where he's like, "Okay, Mr. Cosplay." That line was
These
pretty funny to
folks are
me.
up to no good.
Black clothing. Masks decorated with golden blood. Are they cleaners?
What the fuck is a cleaner?
To directly call us by our name, it seems you, Lord Finan.
Hey, that
studied the forgotten
NPC voice sounds
history of
familiar. I
Amphorius
feel like I've heard
quite
it before
thoroughly.
from a different NPC. I just don't remember if it was from HSR or if it was from like Genshin or something. Who are they?
Your friend seems quite interested in us. Perhaps you could explain, Lord Finan. It would be the polite thing.
I mean, yeah, Phanon, I literally don't know who these guys
Guests
are.
pass away without understanding.
During the Chrysos War, to combat the Chrysos heirs, several cities formed an underground assassin squad called the Cleaners. Their task was to erase
Wait.
anyone with golden blood from existence. Assassination,
You don't think-
poisoning, political persecution. They would do anything to achieve their objective.
Do you think, chat, that I forgot what her name was, the fucking like kind of evil old lady that was in the political party or whatever for the human side or some shit like that, right? For Amphorius. I forgot what her name was. Do you think she like maybe like not hooked them up, but like got them to like do this job maybe to try and take out the remaining Crowsairs or something? Maybe like that would kind of make sense. Because she kind of like, you know, she lost, right? Like they're literally diving towards the flame chase journey. So maybe she did like some connection stuff in the underground or stuff or whatever, and maybe she like hired these guys in this organization to like try and like stop them from going any further. That would kind of make sense, unless maybe there's like someone else that did it
This
or that called it.
historical perspective seems biased, glossing over the Chrysos heirs' abuse of divine powers and their blatant initiation of war in order to defame our predecessors. Could you disclose the name of the author behind this popular legend, Lord Finan? I'd hate for the innocent children of Akamar to be tainted by such slanted
man.
narratives.
I don't know if I'd say.
You should have stayed
don't know if I said
buried
that.
in the dust of history. The Citizens' Assembly has once again legitimized the mission of the Chrysos heirs. But as
So
for you,
one more party trying to put a fucking
not
block in
one
the
citizen
roadway
cast their
of this
vote for
journey.
you. Executioners lurking in the shadows.
What does it matter? We've long since stopped expecting to be understood. People have become too accustomed.
I mean, these guys are just NPCs. I feel like they're gonna get bodied really quick, so I wouldn't really be too worried about these guys.
Generations of the Chrysos heirs to rule.
Complete nonsense. Did you really travel all the way to the Grove just to have an argument?
I wouldn't be too surprised if they call their other squad that went after Don Hung, and then he's like,
dealing with people as straightforward.
"Hey, yo, did you take care of Don Hung?" Or he's like, "Oh, we got your friend," and then they're like, you know, nothing calls back, or he hears Don Hung's voice instead.
Why we've come before you.
Now, who do you think you're fighting?
Keep your cool, partner. They've come out of the shadows, which suggests they have something up their sleeves.
Is it with Don Hung?
All right. Let's hear it.
Or maybe something else. Maybe like they know what the last like, or maybe they know a way to get like to Aquila or some shit.
My shoulders
I don't know.
be sore and my
I guess that wouldn't make any sense though, because then why would they be like, "Oh yeah, we know how to get Aquila, but you have to stop," and then we'll tell you? It'd be kind of weird. The only thing I could think of is maybe it has to be relating to Don Hung. Like they say, "Oh, maybe we have Don Hung."
How's it going, Cinny? This place
Cinny?
fits, doesn't it? It's a bit small, but the lighting is
I want to go
perfect.
back to the action though.
Thank you, Lady Treeby. With this, the Twilight Courtyard can be reborn in Akama.
Hey guys, look, it's Fat Fuck.
You like it here too?
I don't know if you guys know
little
this, but
Ika.
like in the community lately, they've been calling this little Ika dude Fat Fuck.
It's so bright here. Maybe you should rename it. How about
Actually, now that I think about it, I feel like Hyson has to be part of the story a bit more now, right?
Lady
Because
Treeby is
she's
a good
since
point.
she's a seminal character this patch,
Twilight
she probably has to have a
carries
bigger
the
role
long
in this, no?
history of the descendants
Hey, who
of
knows?
the
Maybe
Sky,
she's another Kraus
and I'd
heir
like it to continue.
that's gonna get a core flame or something.
right? How does
Maybe
the
she'll get the one
legend
for
go
Aquila
again?
because this little guy can fly.
Even Lady Treeby forgets things.
We just haven't prepared lessons in a while now, so we're a bit rusty. Just give us some time and we'll remember. Ah, now we remember. Kremnos and the Firmament, Volume 3, Section 5. With Celiosi, the Day Thunder Knight, striking down the Eye of Twilight, the divine war between Nikador and Aquila, which spanned centuries, came to an end.
Nikador and Aquila.
Thereafter, the Sky Folk gradually declined. Numerous sky fortresses were abandoned, and their
Maybe we'll see
descendants
Mighty.
began to establish
Maybe we'll see Mighty help
themselves
us
on
out.
the land. Finally, those descended from Celiosi the Day Thunder Knight were welcomed by the scholars under Circes and established the Twilight Courtyard in the Grove. The historical records seem slightly at odds with our memories.
It's your time to
But
fight the Titan.
details from that
True.
time have become somewhat
Though to be
hazy
fair, Hyson is a
us.
healer, so you know she kind of makes sense for her to
I
be kind of well, like
For
healer
Lady
nurse, right?
Treeby,
So it kind of makes sense
she
for her
is
to kind of
more
be
than
like
just words on a page.
in the backlands, I
It's
guess.
something
You know,
personally lived
to
through.
take care of everybody else that like gets hurt. But at the same time, this guy can fight. You know, this guy does a lot of damage.
Little Ika loves listening to the stories from the legends. I'm sure you're also imagining one day you'll be as awe-inspiring as the winged beasts by Celiosi's side. That day will come.
Hey, who knows? Maybe
believe
little Ika
it.
here will become big Ika and have like a Castorice thing where Castorice is like a big dragon, and then little Ika will become like a cool,
Lord
big,
Kratos?
majestic like Pegasus or something.
Miss Hyacinth,
No, she's so
And Lady
cute.
Treeby.
True.
good to see you're doing all right. I heard from the citizens you were nearby and came to check.
Doing all right. What's going on, Kratoros?
There's been another violent
Yeah, there was actually an
incident
NPC
at the
that
market.
the voice
Shop
actor
was
from
smashed and
Kratos from
looted.
like
It's the
last
third time
patch.
this week.
which I thought was kind of interesting, but I guess kind of like I'm just kind of sad because like I like this voice actor because he's done like a lot of pretty good works. Like he's voiced Old Man Joseph Joestar and also Raiden from Mortal Kombat, and I just like
That was
I
true in the
kind of
past.
wish he had like a cooler
these days,
character, like an actual
forgive
Samuel
my
character to
bluntness.
voice.
Her senses
But at the
may
same time,
not
it
be
makes
as
sense,
sharp
right? Because
as
we
they
have
once were.
they haven't like given us like an older man as a Samuel character, which I don't think they'll ever do. But
In my opinion,
if they ever do,
malevolent
a perfect chance
forces
for him
have
to be
noticed the slack in
voicing
the
that
Golden
character, right?
Threads and are now
The closest we
plotting
ever
to
got is
exploit the
literally
opportunity.
Gallagher. and I guess Welt. Yeah, maybe more so Welt, I guess, because I think Welt's like
Assembly
older
just
than
wrapped
Gallagher,
up. Why is there
at
still
least visually,
unrest?
you know, looks wise.
The Chrysos
But yeah,
heir
I
is
wouldn't
won
mind
by only one
if you got
vote,
like someone
Lady
that's like
Treaty. From my
Gallagher
years of
build,
experience, a
but like
narrow
older,
victory often walks
and
hand
had,
in hand with
you know, this
unrest.
guy's voice actor. I think it'd be pretty cool, personally.
Trouble, Miss Hyacinth. Trouble. Clementine.
Hey, maybe for what is it, Lodestar or whatever,
What's going
the
on?
next place we're probably gonna head to after Emporius.
Something
Would be
terrible
kinda cool.
has happened at Marmorial Palace.
What is it, Doctor? Calm yourself and talk us through.
Lady Aglaya.
Oh, did they send people after her?
It's Lady Aglaya who's in trouble.
It had to be, right? They send the assassins after her too?
I still remember. This bath that overlooks the entire palace was built by the Council of Elders 900 years ago. Its purpose was to commemorate the first flame chase journey and to remember the heroes who made great sacrifices for Amphorius a millennium ago. Rules were set then. No one was allowed to enter.
Oh,
apart from
yep, it's the
guests
assassins.
invited by the Gold Weaver. But I guess you're no longer
Yeah,
pretending to follow
Canis,
the
that's the
rules,
one.
are you,
I feel like it was,
Lady
yeah, it
Canis?
is Canis that she probably tried to get these guys. Yeah, I thought so. Man, fuck Canis.
Aglaya,
Fuck this
Aglaya.
bitch. She's been a fucking thorn in everybody's side for so damn long.
Ageless witch, hiding behind
Must
a
come enjoy
divine
the
facade
quest.
to deceive mortals.
True.
We've been far too kind with you.
Man, fuck you, Canis. You suck.
Kind? There's no need to use such a word to cover up your
Talk about being a literal snake,
incompetence.
pretending to be for the people, only trying to make her pockets richer or whatever, and holding power.
Anaxa humiliated all of you before the citizens. If you still had any shred of shame, you'd throw yourselves from Dawn Cloud at the curtainfall hour to salvage the last fragments of your dignity.
Demigod. Why
But I feel like
not
she
gaze into the
shouldn't
water's
really have any
reflection
power,
and
right?
see the
Because
wretched face you
Aglia,
wear
demigod,
now?
kind of strong, kind of overpowered, you know?
These days you're
I
not
don't
only
feel like
blind, but
4
also
assassins or
deaf.
3 assassins are really going to be able
The
to do shit.
cleaners were born for this
I mean, I
moment.
get they
When
are
all
apparently the squad that
orders, rules,
has
and
taken out
laws
Cryosaurus
fail to
before,
restrain you.
supposedly, but
It's time for the
I
dagger
don't know,
to pass
man.
judgment.
I don't really know, you know? And that was like a while ago, like a long
If
time
you're
ago.
in such a hurry, give
And
it
then
a
these are like
try.
newer Cryosaurs, right?
Going toe to toe with a demigod? We're not that foolish. The dagger isn't at your throat, but
Who? What?
Your gravest accusation is that my humanity is fading. And you claim my concern for mortal joys and sorrows
So you're
is
gonna go
nothing
after just
but a
like the people
facade.
that are here, or what?
If that accusation holds, what makes you think the lives of these civilians will sway me in the slightest?
fine. I'll gladly use a few more words to shatter that demigod facade of yours. Like I said, you're not only blind, but deaf too. Lately, your control over Akuma has weakened. You failed to notice the thefts we arranged in the market, nor did you catch wind of the meetings happening in the Dromus workshop. Plots are unfolding right under your
So you're gonna try to use that as like
yet
saying
you
that, hey, look,
remain indifferent.
Agli didn't catch this. Is that what she's going
Humanity?
towards?
Fading? Aglaya, why not use your precious golden thread to peer into my thoughts?
But I feel like a Goliath,
See
I would be kind of,
if
it'd be kind of cool if
so
the guy's like, actually,
meticulously prepared
I
for
did
you
know,
can
and you
move
fell into
the
my
old
trap,
demigod
and now all you were
hearts.
caught in my golden thread of weaves or whatever. I don't know.
In this moment, I only regret not being more ruthless. Because you're
Yeah, I'm be honest. Like Loki, Agli should have just like,
beyond
you know, like like a long time ago.
You have grown dull. I've been holding that image in my mind this whole time to make sure you could see it clearly.
I want you to have this knucklebone
Oh,
talisman,
oh, you suck, Canis. Oh, I forgot about this. Oh, you are actually evil for this.
That girl who can't speak or hear. What if she accidentally lost her eyes too? You know better than anyone what it feels like to lose your sight. Imagine if 1,000 years ago you, already blind, had also lost your voice and hearing in your youth. Would you still have become the Aglaya you are today? Look at those broken, pleading eyes. How disappointing. We overestimated your cunning. If this plan fails, we still have dozens of splendid parting gifts prepared. Demigod, would you like to hear about them?
Please tell me Aglaya has like some sort of backup plan or something that she prepared for this, please.
I thought I could buy some more time.
Oh. What's that supposed to mean?
In these 1,000 years, I've witnessed the fall of 10 titans. From my naive arrogance at the beginning to slowly learning how to guide others. Now, it's time to let go. I should be grateful. Grateful that I've reached this moment. To let my departure become a path for others to follow. Have I done enough? If I embrace that prophecy now, and sink into the warmth of these waters, will the wandering wind stop to mourn me? Cypher.
She's not gonna let herself be pushed off, is she? Oh, let's go Cypher? Yo, Cypher gonna come in clutch?
Seamstress! I've come as promised. Look at this box full of gold
Yo,
and silver
please tell me
treasures.
Cypher comes in clutch
I
somehow.
bet there's stuff here you've never seen. Come on. As we agreed,
This is like Cypher when she was a
I wanna
little
buy the
kid,
most
though.
valuable clothes you have.
Little thief!
Oh,
You've got
that's
some
what she meant with
nerve,
Aglaya.
barging into my shop dressed in those tattered rags. What have you brought? Let me see.
Here, take a look. Only the finest goods. See the sapphire? It's even more blue than Fagusa's eyes.
Such exquisite luster. I've only seen an ocean's tear of this quality in my mother's treasury.
Wait. You've seen one before. And here I thought I'd leave you speechless. What a letdown.
It's just an old memory. My family estate
So
all
damn,
burned to
Aglaya
ashes
sounds like
long
really
ago.
like...
This workshop is what I built from scratch.
She sounds like really like, what's the word? Like, I guess, not humane, but like,
rebuilding
you know, compared to how she sounds now, where she's like more robotic a little bit, because she literally said, I lost most of my emotions. This is like Aglaya when she still had a lot of her emotions still, huh? Because you can hear like that, like,
Mind your manners,
you
kitty.
know, having a bit like of an
Tell me,
accent kind of
Cypher,
thing, like
where did
having a
you
bit of
come
an
from?
actual emotion in
And
your voice.
How did you acquire these treasures?
I won them
Damn.
fair and square. In a
That's crazy. I think that they did mention that, right? Like Cypher and Aglaya have like known each other for like a long time. So I guess this one, like this,
Speak
you know,
up,
pairs up with that.
seamstress. Give me a straight answer. Do you want these or not?
Strange. You're clearly lying to my face. But my golden thread doesn't tremble at all.
That's because I'm not lying. I've been telling the truth from the start.
Is that so? the scars and the mud stains on your face tell another story.
Oh, come on. Can't we just do business without all this chatter? Don't worry. I didn't leave any evidence, so no one will bother you.
How can I trust a word you say when you're so skilled at lying?
I mean, if I can't catch her, then it should be fine, no? It's like her 1,000 years ago. Yeah, that's what it seems like.
If you don't want it, there are plenty of others who do.
Hold on. Your treasure? I'll accept it. But these alone aren't enough to purchase the Gold Weaver's finest clothes. That said, I do have something that would suit you perfectly.
Is she giving her the clothes that she has now?
What do you have in mind?
Look.
Oh, she's giving her the cool, what is it? Fucking heels. Kind of like Hermes shoes, low-key. You know, like Hermes, like in some games, like the Hermes shoes has like wings that are supposed to be like, you know, help you be really fast.
Treasures. Though not as valuable as the most precious gowns, they hold a magical power. Legend has it that Zagreus blessed these boots, allowing
so that's how
anyone
she
who
got
wears
tied
them
to
to
that.
move swiftly and silently. Put them on.
Wouldn't it kind of hurt though, low-key, to wear like full-on like
again.
metallic heels like this that basically go all the way up to like your ankles? Having to walk in like metal every day. And who knows, maybe it feels really comfortable and really light.
Just love sticking your noses in everything, don't you? Well, I'm taking these now, so don't get any second thoughts.
What's wrong?
Do you have a smaller size? These are way too big for me.
Well, I suppose you'll have to grow into them.
Ooh, unlucky.
Do you have to interrupt me in the middle of my story? Fake? What's fake?
Those boots definitely don't hold Zagreus' divine power. You're Amphorius' most cunning liar, and even you were fooled by a Glyad.
Watch your mouth, or I'll feed you to the fish in the River of Souls. Weren't you curious how I got tangled up with that seamstress? Well, now you know. Satisfied?
I didn't expect such a simple story. How disappointing.
It's pretty good. I like that story.
Boss lady, there's a chance Aglaya wasn't trying to trick you.
You're defending her.
No. I just think the story's so moving, it'd be a shame to ruin it with a lie. If I could cry, I'd be in tears right now.
Good thing you've still got a sharp tongue, or you'd have been stuck guarding someone's front door ages ago. Enough chit-chat. Let's take a look at this place. The city of Styxia. Look how beautiful she is. Let me take a good sniff of this air.
Sniffer. Oh, okay.
This air.
I was not expecting to hear a fucking full-on purr right there.
Treasure everywhere.
I think that's like probably the first time I ever heard something like that.
Just wonderful. Thanks to Castorice and Grey Mystery, the ancient city's barrier.
That should just say
was
gravy
finally
mystery. I was like,
dispelled.
what the heck?
Now that I
Gravy?
think about it, helping them was well worth it. Time for treasure hunting, Barto. Lead the way, and whatever we find, we'll split 80-20.
Well, I have a suggestion. How about 70-30 instead?
Listen closely. Do you hear that? The gnawfish in the River of Souls are growling with hunger.
80-20 it is. How generous you are, boss lady Cypher.
Wow,
Anyway,
so nice.
What's with all this water? It's damp, cold, and miserable.
I mean, this
here.
is like the River of Souls, isn't it?
Ooh, the mighty demigod of
I wonder if this is before she met up with MC and Mem, or if this is like after.
You wouldn't understand. The people of Dolos are talented in many ways. Just, not in swimming. Why don't we have a race? Long distance, sprint, or laps.
Oh, she doesn't like water either.
Take your pick.
Let me see, doesn't like to take baths.
What's got you so worked up? Relax. Who would have thought the fearless Lady Cypher was
Maybe it's more like she just doesn't like big
That's
bodies of
getting
water.
wet. What's so hard to understand about that? Now,
Oh,
hurry up and
maybe
figure
not.
out a way across, or I might have to reconsider our split.
Makes me wonder if she takes showers. She saying stuff like this. But I'm gonna assume it's for big bodies of water, like an ocean or something. Probably. Unless she cleans herself with her
Not a
tongue.
good imitation. I'll play along. Let's see where this goes, Bartolos.
Tell me, how did you hunt for treasure when I wasn't around, boss lady?
Ooh, hold on. Yeah, let's do this. Hey, we can try out Cypher. Can I see what she does? I can't.
Trying to trick me into saying something. Not a chance.
A little like lip kick. Does she have a? See that right? Like a little pause on her shoes. It looks like she has paws on her shoes a little bit. Huh. Ah, she does. Okay. What does her E do? Oh, makes her go invisible? Okay.
Ooh, interesting.
Was this device designed by priests of Ornyx? Do you think you can handle it?
Don't underestimate me, boss. Just find a cozy dry corner and wait for me. Mission accomplished. Now you don't have to worry about your tail getting wet.
Not bad, but just a warning. If this thing fails while we're halfway through the water...
Don't worry, trust me. For that sweet 20% credit, I'll make sure
Now she's feeling that 20%.
Huh. This feels truly magical. When did you pick up this trick? We're here. Can we turn off this spotlight now? It's really blinding.
Can I test out Cypher in gameplay?
The scent of gold coins, gems, and fine leather.
Damn. So it really like goes crazy for leather, huh?
Right here. What are you waiting for? Start digging.
Roger that. Watch me.
Wow, it's a big
That's
chest.
a huge chest. Move over. I want to open it myself.
Damn, she's fucking going crazy over this. I can just imagine she's like frothing from the mouth like saliva and stuff.
Unbelievable. It's hard to imagine the kind
Like
of
someone like
luxurious
goes
life
like
that people
the
of
like
Styxia
looks to
once
like
led.
towards like a piece of like meat or
As
something or
expected
food.
for a realm of Fagusa's disciples. This entire chest is filled with ornaments made from ocean's tears. Here, take this. See if it suits you.
Ooh, thanks for the gift, boss. Much appreciated. Look at the clarity of this purple crystal. It matches my skin tone perfectly. Oh, safer, safer. You truly have the most refined taste of all thieves and employees. Let me try this on.
What?
Where is my treasure?
How long have we known each other? I can't believe
Oh,
you
Cypher
still fall
transformed
for
it?
this.
How could I have forgotten about this? I'll believe it is true, and a lie becomes reality. What a convenient ability.
The demigod of trickery's divine gift. Far more practical than any golden thread or teleporter. All right, enough fooling around.
Oh no, she was just
Here's the
fucking
real
around.
thing.
Okay.
Cypher rules. I've already pinpointed the next trove of treasure. Starting navigation. Boss lady, we're set to make a fortune this time. Got any plans on how to spend it?
Of course. Spend nothing.
Isn't that like...
Huh?
Once activated, this thing makes a racket that can be heard for miles.
Oh, I guess we're going from the other direction than what we were from like last patch. So last patch we were like here, but I guess we're going from the other direction this time around.
Seriously, what was the Titan thinking when they came up with this thing?
Hey, if
You don't want the trickery to be exposed. You'd better start by keeping your mouth shut.
She sounded very similar to a different character from a Hoyoverse game right there, but I can't put my finger on who it was. Yeah, that line sounded really familiar. Just a different voice, different character in a Hoyoverse game, but I don't remember who. Oh, Farina. Yeah, she sounded like Farina. Is Cypher's voice actor Farina? Because that sounded like Farina right there.
Ah! This thing's way too loud when it's on. Let's not stir up more trouble.
Yo,
okay?
if it's Farina's voice actor, that's actually pretty cool. Alright, I gotta use the bathroom real quick, so I will be right back. Just a second here. Alright, I'll be right back, guys.
What are you even singing? You're totally out of tune. Not a good sign to be empty-handed. You can't get rich by waiting. Not a good sign to be empty-handed. You can't get rich by waiting.
Alright guys, sorry about that. I just had to take a quick leak real quick. You're gonna, you know, maybe a bit too much water. So I just had to use the bathroom real quick, but let's get right back into this.
There's a big guy guarding this place.
Let's check this out. Oh, okay, never mind. I can't just use my ability.
Oh my, how could something be so ugly?
This looks like a new enemy, low-key, though.
If that ugly brute messes up my face, even the stoic Talantin might end up shedding a tear.
Indeed, that would be heartbreaking. Clearly, running away is a sensible choice.
I can fight it.
How about you take the front? I'll attack from the side.
Right. Fleeing fits a rogue nature.
For a second, I thought my mic wasn't turned on. I was like, oh shit. That wasn't yapping for a bit. Without my mic being on.
They're lost.
I gotta wait a little bit here. Okay. Let's do this.
Everyone's been waiting for it.
That was way better.
Alright, here we go. We got Blast. Hey, jackpot for the taking. Has a high chance of decrease one enemy and adjacent target's damage dealt and increases Cypher's attack, deals quantum damage to one designated enemy and a minor quantum damage to adjacent. This one's just regular damage. Can I say anything else? Then this patron thing here. Let's see, stats, abilities here. Ultimate. Deals quantum damage and true damage. It's pretty good. Equal to a percentage of the current tally kept by talent to one enemy. Moreover, deals minor quantum damage and true damage equal to the percentage of the current tally kept by talent as well to one enemy and its adjacent target, so single target and a bit and AoE. And this true damage is distributed evenly among all targets of this ability. Sounds pretty. So it sounds kind of like just a single target and AoE mixed in. Her talent here: Cypher causes one enemy target to enter the patron state. After the target in this state gets attacked by teammates, Cypher launches a follow-up attack, then the quantum damage to the target. This can trigger one time per turn, and Cypher will keep a tally of the damage dealt by allies to the target in the patron state. After using ultimate, it clears it. Technique: you gain blessing, can be detected, and gains random consumables when approaching them. And then you do minor quantum damage to all enemies when you attack with this ability. Okay. That's interesting. And that's the coin here at the bottom. Let's do this. Hopefully it will be a ultimate too. But we might also just like annihilate these guys as a follow-up attack. Let's just do normal. It is late for me though, so we probably won't be streaming for too much longer, but I do want to at least see Cypher's moves here. Let's see. Do you want to do? Sure, we'll do this.
I can't die, but thanks.
Don't fight, so I can leave her.
Back normally. Goes up to coins 2730. I do wonder what the max stack of coins is though. Like I wonder if it's like 99 or more, or if we can go to triple digits.
Show me your courage.
Do this. Almost ready. There we go.
Our cute play session is over.
Alright, let's see this.
Collide that everyone believes in.
Ooh.
Becomes a reality.
Damn. That's cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. Ooh, I kind of hope I get Cypher, man. That's really cool. It just sucks because I can't roll that much for her, but damn, that is really, really cool, though.
Dying soul.
Alright.
Accept your
Let's finish this.
through my blood.
Found me.
Let's do Eco as well.
I can't die, but thanks.
Almost back to Castorice. And done. That's pretty cool. I do wonder what Cypher's best team's gonna be though. I don't know if she'll be that good with Akron though. She might, but I'm not too sure.
Hey, Bartolos. Are you
From
still
my understanding though, Cypher
Give us
with
a
that
squeak if you are.
is that she seems to just be like a bit of a how would I put it? Like one of those DPS characters where they do like the one-shot nuke kind of thing, where it's like you kind of build them up over a certain amount of stages, and then when they're ready, you basically nuke with them, right? You nuke with her ultimate. So I think that's probably how Cypher works, is like where she's a build-up character, and you build her up with the coins, and then she will nuke with the ultimate. Is my understanding of how that's supposed to work. But I don't know if she'll be that good with Akron though. I mean, because she kind of played Bebop's kind of with the whole quantum thing, I guess. But her main thing is she seems to be kind of more of like a sub DPS, but more of like a main DPS kind of role. But yeah, I don't really know what team she's gonna be really good with. I feel like she's probably gonna be good with follow-up, right? Because she didn't mention like the whole. I think it's either she does a follow-up or if an ally does a follow-up, that she'll do damage and stuff.
Since we've already dug it up,
I don't really
let's
know.
open it and see.
I don't really know like what team she's gonna be really a part of. Maybe there'll be like a different team she'll be a part of instead.
Huh. Is this?
It's a journal.
Ooh, this looks tragic. Do you think they made it to Akuma?
Probably not. I've never seen or heard of anyone from Styxia and Akama. At least, I'm still left for Dolos.
Well, there was Castorice, I guess.
Guess this city wasn't so lucky. Huh. It does seem unfair, doesn't it? Just because they were born in the wrong place, they had to face such devastation. Meanwhile, those in Akama, simply because they're supported by the world-bearing Titan, continue to survive.
Yeah, the world just isn't fair, is it?
Nope, sadly not. Wish it was a bit more fair, though.
Bearing Titan, Cypher? Didn't you tell me once you used to be an apprentice at Kephal's priestly court?
Huh? Did I?
Yeah, you definitely told me, and I remember it clearly. Maybe it's been so long, your
That's
memory's gotten
interesting.
a little fuzzy.
Ah, right. I did tell you. It wasn't a big deal. I just snuck in with a bunch of mumbling priests and watched them do their spooky rituals around some glowing rock. Honestly, I was only interested in the wallets of the old grandpas on the council back then.
Alright, Cypher.
Don't remember much else. It's been what? Nearly
1,000 years? Damn.
Oh, I see. Were you in a priest robe? No, that's hard to picture.
Who asked you to
I wonder if
picture
that was before she was stealing.
Besides,
Probably,
priest
right?
robes from 1,000 years ago were nothing like the ones today.
Right. I didn't think about that. I was just curious if
I don't
you
think about it. That
were
means Cypher's been alive for a really long time.
How ridiculous. Come on, let's
Oh,
head to the
news
next
is a
spot.
lot, though. I feel like that makes her like, yeah, like older than
Where
like
did this roadblock
Mighty
come
and
from?
fucking Phanon then. And like most
So
people.
annoying. The treasure is right in front of us. Oh dear, we're stuck here. But I have a plan. Should we call on that big, noisy, cumbersome hand of Xandrith?
Never thought that thing would actually come in handy. Alright. Do you want to handle it?
Leave it to me, boss. I don't need a controller. After all, you know.
Okay.
Hand of Zagreus, my darling, activate!
I still have to control it? Wow. That's crazy. Punch! Alright.
Looks like a charm.
Not bad. However, I still don't see how this ties into trickery.
I mean, it kind of does, you know, you're just kind of like manipulating, taking it over. It still counts.
Hey, slow down! That question you asked me earlier. I think I just remembered something.
What did I ask?
You know, that question. The one you specifically asked me. Right after we dug up the second chest?
Forgive me, boss lady, but have you been under a lot of stress lately? I didn't ask anything. You must have imagined it.
Oh. Is that so? Maybe you're right. I have been a little on edge lately. I need to relax. Alright, let's move on to the next treasure trove.
Was there a question that was mentioned earlier? I don't remember either,
Twinkle,
actually.
twinkle in my chest, how this core flame it.
Oh shit, my bad, guys. Cut her off at the best part.
Scent feels like something incredible is buried here.
Incredible indeed. If even boss
Maybe she's gonna find a note of like the organization's like plan to assassinate the little girl when everything went Aglia, maybe?
Get digging.
Maybe they went here to plan it out or some shit. Oh, it's one of these things.
Isn't this a golden scapegoat? Interesting. Looks like whoever buried this treasure wanted to play a little game with us.
Oh, isn't there a myth about this thing? Those who feared fire became sheep. Those who did not became human.
Sheep, humans, whatever. All I know is unlocking this gets us treasure. Here. This honor's all yours.
Puzzles and tricks are right up my alley.
Hey, yeah, man, do the puzzle for me. I'll probably have to do the puzzle myself, though. Of course. What do you mean it can't do the puzzle for me? Oh, this looks so difficult. Nah, it's easy. Ooh, let's go. Big brain. Not gonna, that was actually pretty easy. Definitely a lot easier than the other one I did, like last stream.
Told you, nothing can stop me.
Actually, it's me because I did all the work.
It's your turn now.
Stop! Stay there.
Huh?
And don't turn around.
I'll turn around.
What do you mean?
Kind of just turned around right now.
I told you. Don't move.
Golden Beetle.
Shh, quiet. Don't say anything unnecessary. That seamstress. She's listening.
What boss do you mean?
Stay put and keep quiet. I'll handle her. Whoa, whoa. Seamstress. Getting sneaky, aren't we? Did you think I wouldn't notice your little spies lurking around me?
As time passes, I find myself leaning more and more on blind luck. With only the power of this little nymph. Naturally, I couldn't slip past your sharp eyes, Cyphera.
Even if you could fully control Bartolos's mind, I would still be able to see through your disguise. Aglaya. You've gone to such lengths to spy on my every move. What exactly are you after? I've told you before, you don't need me to succeed. Why don't you just let this go? I already made an exception and got involved with Castorice and Grey Mystery. Asking for more now. Isn't that pushing your luck a bit
she
too
kind of
far?
doesn't have a choice right now.
I'm sorry, Cyphera. I've plotted and schemed my whole life. But I never could have predicted our relationship would end up like this. I've spent centuries trying to figure out where I went wrong, replaying every moment over and over. But you've never given me a chance to explain myself, face to face.
Don't talk to me like that. You know I can't take it.
1,000 years ago, out of foolishness, I let my silence steal away the most beautiful sound I'd ever known.
My silence.
So this time, I must say this to you. Even if it's all in vain. I need you, Cyphera. The Chrysos Heir's mission needs you. The finale I've delayed for far too long. It's finally here. Whatever resentment you still hold against me will fade once I'm gone. Please, come back to Akama. I'm begging you. Without you, they don't stand a chance.
I'll think about it, seamstress. But stop watching me.
I mean,
Unless you
just
wanna
kind of
lose
needs
me
your
for
back
good.
right now because, you know, they're all about to get fucking
Don't
clapped.
worry. As much as I'd love to hear your voice again, to see your face, it seems that chance will never come. Goodbye, Cyphera.
Goodbye, Aglaya.
Wait, so Cypher's just okay with fucking Aglaya just getting killed or whatever?
Yeah, what a shame. I thought there'd be some real treasure under that goat's head.
Turns out, everything in that chest was soaked in water from the River of Souls. Nothing valuable left. Those relics were once priceless. But time has eroded away all that they once were.
Aww.
Feel sad,
That
man.
radio makes it sound so sad. Wait, why am I getting all
see her, let her know this. As demigods, we can't avoid our duties forever.
Could it have been back then?
Do you remember now? Looks like you don't need me to jog your memory. She must have slipped that nymph into your pocket while you were distracted. Don't underestimate that bug. It's every bit as dangerous as the seamstress's golden thread. Let your guard down for even a second, and it might take over. Make you spill secrets you'd never share otherwise.
Whoa, that's like some brainwashing monster straight out of the Black Tide! Creepy.
Yeah, Black Tie, that's what it was.
Boss, how did you realize something was wrong? I'm curious. What exactly did that nymph make me say?
Actually, it gave itself away very early on.
Speaking of the world-bearing titan, Cypher, didn't you tell me once
Oh, with the court thing?
apprentice at Kefali's priestly court?
We've been partners in crime for 1,000 years. We've talked about everything there is to talk about. Except for that one experience at Dawncloud. I never told you about that. I absolutely wouldn't have shared that with anyone.
But, boss lady, there's a chance Aglaia wasn't trying to trick you?
And as far as I know, the embodiment of trickery despises that golden thread which forces people to speak the truth. You'd never defend Aglaia, isn't that right, Zagreus?
You have a terrifyingly sharp mind.
After all, I'm the only one in the world who knows you're still
Oh
alive.
wait, what? This is the
To make sure
this
you
little
survive the
dude is the
Titan
fucking
trial,
trickery
I had to
titan?
fool the entire world. If you want to keep that lie from falling apart, you'd better keep playing your part in the days ahead.
Even if it weren't for saving my worthless little life, I'd still walk through fire for Cypher without hesitation.
You may have been reduced to this form.
Damn, okay.
But you still haven't lost your way with words.
Speaking of which, Cypher, you're not taking that wicked woman's words to heart, are you? Life's been pretty great lately. Why get into trouble now? Don't you think?
Because life's not gonna be too good anymore. Unless they continue
Honestly,
with his
I've been
journey.
thinking, maybe a trip back now wouldn't be too bad.
You're back again, Cyphera, your face.
I need clothes. Anything. Just throw me something. A piece of cloth will do. Just enough to cover the wounds. I will pay back the amount I owe. I promise.
You're bleeding golden blood.
Yes. What about it? So what if I'm one of those Chrysosairs they talk about? Those infinitely strong heroes. World-renowned swordsmen. Exceptionally intelligent scholars.
Cyphera.
Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint. Who knew that group of amazing people would include me?
I mean, hey, a thief can be pretty cool too. For a group of heroes or whatever.
Con artist. Maybe I should just make another cut to drain all this yellow stuff out of me and...
Stop it, Cyphera. I'll give you clothes. Warm you up and stay here. Stay in my workshop until you're healed.
Aren't you going to ask me how I got these wounds? Right. What's the use? I'm so good at lying. Even your golden thread can be fooled. If you can't verify the truth, why bother asking at all?
I don't need to ask. Nor do I need to use the golden thread. I know everything you do is for survival. At all costs, stay here. You won't have to deal with the cold or go hungry again. Stay by my side, and you can start putting yourself back together.
Aren't you worried I'll ruin this place's reputation?
Sasha looks so fucking cute here, man.
Or that I might sneak off with your precious clothes and sell them?
I wouldn't have invited you if I were worried about those things.
You're weird, seamstress.
You're weird.
You know, they
All
say
right.
a child who often lies remains a liar for life. I've tried not to become a liar. But honestly,
It's just too hard. I'm close to giving up. What makes you think I won't disappoint you?
I mean, you're still a kid. It's okay to
I can feel it. Not with the power of a demigod, but with the heart that beats in my chest. You love this place. That's why you keep coming by, but also why you hesitate to stay longer. You worry you'll tarnish the Gold Weaver name. After taking over Nestia's divine authority, I became used to letting the golden thread distinguish sincerity from falsehood. However, the mission I need to complete requires me to learn to trust and rely on my heart. Cyphera, you're an honest thing I've given to this world. And also a challenge the world has given to me.
Damn. Actually sounds kind of like
Stay
she's
here
like
with
a
me.
foster mother for Cypher.
You have a beautiful face that deserves better than to be covered in scars and grime.
You've got a way of talking that's hard to follow. All right, let's make it a deal. You have 1 day to change your mind. Once the action hour passes, there's no turning back.
Back to the main character's point of view. Oh, we're done first. These folks in black and are responding to provocations, nor do they seem intent on fighting. What exactly are they waiting for?
Pressure, fear, planting seeds of anxiety. It seems this is the strategy they've chosen.
Organization that's sent sees it as their mission to eradicate the Kraus errors. There are some chilling account stories of cleaners using alchemy arts to implant fragments of memories into successors, ensuring both identity and hatred live on. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, okay, so I guess they still do have their
From what
techniques.
I know, these stories are true. The kindness we know today,
27th
speaking,
Canis. What the
is
fuck?
the 27th kindness. Objectively, the rise of the cleaners was both inevitable and necessary. Yet their ruthless
I don't know if they're
and twisted
necessary,
methods
man.
earned them nothing but disdain and condemnation from history.
Still, they endure organization, persisting through time, now working tirelessly to obstruct the flame chase. Are they truly so terrified of the era Nova and Kraus' era strive
Even
for?
in these crumbling end times, there are always those who find
Maybe we can use Mem's
ways
power to go
profit
back in
from
time,
the
kill
chaos.
all of them, and then we're and then Canis wouldn't exist
The
anymore,
vested
and we're good to go.
interest to abandon their status,
Definitely a good idea,
wealth,
right?
and ambitions in this world for a distant ideal may be no easier than creating a miracle.
Fuck, it's over 6 in the morning. Ah. But I really want to see more of the story. I wonder where Spiral is now. Targeting me, he definitely want to skip their notice either. I hope all is well. Oh, let's go! It's the GOAT. Kratos.
There you are, Lord Donghung. We couldn't reach you on the teleslate, so the Holy City Guard almost assumed you two had met some terrible fate. You pests crawling in the shadows, back off. Your plot ends here. You played your hand. Run while you still can. It might be your only chance to survive. Stay away from Akama forever. If you set foot there again, the fury of its people will tear you apart. Because Aglaya is dead. And in the eyes of the Holy City citizens...
Oh
her
shit, so
blood
Aglaya
on
is
your
dead.
hands.
Fuck, man. But I guess her prophecy was right, where, like, kind of signifying that everybody would be crying for her death, basically, or for her being dead. And then I guess that will be the thing that, like, unifies everybody together for the cause. But damn, she's dead already. Fuck.
Looks like
So I guess she did get pushed off
she was wrong
into there.
about you.
She? Are you talking about the mastermind behind all of this?
Well, she thought you were weak. She believed that even when you were facing the evil that you claimed to oppose, you'd hesitate to strike.
Misinterpreting mercy for weakness shows how arrogant and foolish your master is. They're still alive.
Canis has been in life for way too fucking
With
long.
proper care, they'll pull through in a few days. But I must warn you, I haven't fought a human in ages. I can't guarantee I'll always be able to hold back. They're lucky they're still alive. If you feel as lucky as they are, try me.
Bro, you sound so cool. Hell yeah.
Finon is seriously upset.
I mean, hey, I'd be too.
Get out of here. Don't show your face around us again. If your master wants to stop the flame chase journey, she'd better bring an army that makes Kremnos at its peak look like child's play.
I've said it more than once, Lord Finan. We're not here to start a fight. We came only to ensure you weren't anywhere.
They basically didn't want to stop Aglaia from having to kill herself. But the thing is that I think, unironically, what they're doing is still going with the prophecy where like Aglaia seemingly still did have to die at some point. Like she said, she was trying to delay her death to try, you know, make Fanon and you know, basically make the preparations to where once she passes away, hopefully everything else will be able to just like kind of fall like a domino, because all the preparations she made to where, you know, Fanon's ready to go, this and this is ready to go, you know, all that. So even though she's dead and they think they won, she still seemingly won in the, it looks like she's gonna win in the long run here, even though she's dead, seemingly.
We already accomplished our mission to buy time. So Lord Finan, until next time.
But damn, that sucks that she had to fucking be taken out like that.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Anyone who gives innocent lives as bargain has gone too far.
Do you think they were after the Krausers?
I guess the opposition within the Council of Elders is still desperately fighting to obstruct the flame chase. If the conspiracy is exposed, they'll be hunted down in the Holy City like rats with nowhere to run, no matter where they hide. My teleslate.
Is it done hung? Garment maker. Oh yeah, because if she's dead, they no longer have access to their phones anymore, right? Damn, so she is dead? Fuck, man.
Aglaia, is this blasted? Those guys. But how could they possibly? Stay calm. This could just be one of her schemes. I won't believe it until I see it for myself.
Finon, what should we do now?
Gotta head back.
Stay on course. I'll contact Treeby and ask her to keep the citizens calm. We'll hurry back to Akama as fast as possible and assess the situation in the city. If we run into any enemies along the way, I won't be merciful this time.
Castorice,
Antonius. Oh, it's the golden beetle.
you're forging a sword for Finan, aren't you? I haven't seen you wield the hammer in so long. I couldn't help but be entranced by the sight.
You, Aglaia, in this form you come to me. It means...
That's right. At this moment, my physical form is already shattered.
Oh, she's giving a
My
final
journey as a
farewell
human
to
in
everybody.
this world
Fuck,
has
man.
Come to an end.
Ah, another one biting the dust already. Fuck, man.
It's time to fulfill our pact.
Of course. The pact. I haven't forgotten.
The thing I entrusted to you. Do you still have it?
Far too plain this vessel is. Not worthy of you. Do you still insist?
I insist. Over the past 1,000 years, every piece of fabric I've worked with has been tainted by my cold divinity. It's made me hate their colors, texture, and scent. This ornament stands apart. It was a gift.
Oh, it's the one that,
from a child.
yeah, she gave to her.
She was
Big
pure
little
and
sis.
kind. I often wished my childhood could have been like hers.
How to say goodbye to everyone? Have you already planned?
I'm afraid there's no such detailed plan this time. I deeply regret not being able to say farewell to them, one by one. The moment has come. My departure will give them one less thing to worry about. This parting gift should help ease the regret of such a sudden goodbye.
Invented for the Titans, Kremnos' soul-forging technology was. Though divinity it retains, filtered out, the remnants of humanity will be. Is that what you want, Aglaya?
You've confirmed this with me repeatedly. Yes, Castorice. I need you to do this for me. Condense my divinity into this ornament. It might still be useful in the future to help them complete their mission.
Selfless until the
I'm assuming
end.
Phaeton's gonna probably wear that.
Envy that child. There's no need to. Already lived a grand life your humanity has.
Your praise puts my heart at ease, Grand Craftsman. Now, please, take me through the last tempering that fate has to offer.
The city is silent, and tension is building with every passing second. The news is probably spread by now. Every household is locked up tight, and all the market stalls have closed down temporarily. I can't imagine how she could have been taken down by a handful of assassins, unless it's all a part of her plan. If this is all part of a larger plan, Treeby must know something. She just couldn't say it in the message. Let's go find her.
Go find Tribby, guys. Off to the land of dead.
Dunham came back before us. Oh,
Ah, you're back. How's everything? No injuries? I hope?
don't worry. The cleaners didn't lay a hand on us. Lord Crateros, were you in the city when it happened? What exactly went down?
Regrettably, no one knows the details of that moment. Eyewitnesses only saw...
It's fine. Just tell me.
Eyewitnesses at the Memorial Palace saw Aglaya fall from the Chrysos airbath.
Oh, gods.
She showed no signs of life by the time the Holy City Guards approached to check.
Damn, man. Fucking dying from falling.
They were too afraid to jump to conclusions. After all, she was a demigod who lived for over 1,000 years, the leader of the Chrysos heirs. Most citizens of the city believed that death couldn't touch her. She was pierced through the heart by a uniquely crafted dagger. I saw it for myself. It's one of the weapons carried by the cleaners.
No, that doesn't make sense. The ones who appeared in the Grove and those who confronted Dunhung in the Abyss didn't immediately resort to violence. They were just watching and trying to intimidate. They didn't have any reason nor the courage to attack Aglaya. Perhaps...
Speculating blinding won't help. Let's go find Lady Tribby. She understands Aglaya.
I'll stay here to lead the guards and maintain order. Find out what happened, but don't take too long. With Aglaya gone,
Oh,
someone has to take her
this
place.
is our
and lead
time for
Akuma.
our boy, our boy to
Also,
come
Miss
through and
Hyacinth
shine.
was the one who declared Aglaya dead. You might want to speak with her.
Thank you.
I guess it's the part of the story where Phaeton rises up to become the leader. So soon though, like fuck. Like, it wasn't even that long ago when it was mentioned that he was basically going to be the new leader. We gotta walk there, alright. Tyson.
Hyacinth.
You're back.
Well, we're from Castorice. Are you alright?
I'm fine. I've been staying close to Lady Treeby and Lady Trinan after the incident. It's great that you could come back so quickly. They need someone with them now.
Honestly, it's probably really rough for fucking Tribby, man. Literally, like, fucking... You know, her closest friend was Aglaya, and now she's gone.
Not well. After all, we witnessed Lady Aglaya's last moments. I tried to treat her immediately, but even the sky's blessings, declaring her death, was the hardest thing I've ever had to do as a doctor. Lord Finan, don't push yourself. You're carrying a heavier burden now. Please, don't fall.
It's fine. I can handle it. What I've lost is a mentor and a comrade in arms. But for Treeby and Trinan, they've lost a 1,000-year-old bond. Like they're losing a part of their lives. You should rest.
It fucking sucks, man.
You've been awake for a long time, haven't you? We'll handle things from here.
Okay. See you later, everyone.
Next, we should visit Lady Treeby.
I wonder if Cypher's gonna show up. Probably. I was a little surprised that the Cypher seems to just be like okay with like knowing that Glide was just gonna be gone. Or maybe because like when she got the message, she like knew that by the time she finished it, even if she tried to save her, she wouldn't make it in time, maybe.
Snowy. Little Gray. You're back.
Lady Treeby,
Snowy, don't. Please don't apologize to us. You went to the Grove to prepare yourself for the threats to Akama. You didn't do anything wrong, so don't be hard on yourself. We were always by Aggie's side throughout this long journey, so we understood her thoughts better than anyone. She knew she wouldn't see the end of the Flame Chase journey, yet she gave everything without hesitation. For the future of everyone.
I know what Aglaya expected of me. Right now, the last thing Akama needs is a leader wallowing in self-pity.
The scroll over there was entrusted to us by Aggie. She instructed us to hand it over to you when the time was right. I think
time is now.
Now's the right time.
Finan, my humble student, my trusted colleague. As I write this, you are locked in a battle of words with the Council of Elders, fighting for the survival of the Flame Chase journey on a battlefield where the smoke of war is invisible. I deeply regret and feel guilty for hastily pushing you and the Trailblazer into the debate. But please forgive me. At that moment, I could not afford to show any sign of weakness before you, as it would have crushed your morale. I considered the debate a routine affair, assuming I could win merely with the support and experience we'd accumulated over centuries. But I underestimated Kindness and her party's cunning, and also the deterioration of my own senses. The trap was likely set by the debater Calictus. He had prepared a severed golden thread in advance, revealing it to the public when Kindness was faltering in the debate. He claimed I was reading everyone's thoughts with the golden thread to cheat in the debate. I could have countered that low tactic in 100 ways. But my words slipped out before I could even think about them. With deceitful scoundrels like you in the crowd, I have no choice but to rely on the golden thread to keep watch over everything in this holy city.
Oh, just going backwards to like how she couldn't have her threads in that one area where the debate area was.
That comment provoked. At that moment, I felt my time was running short. The divinity in this body might be eternal, but that is not the essence of me. I am a daughter of humanity, born of my mother, and I will die as a human. Realizing that my humanity was fading, I began to plan my exit. What kind of departure would not waste such a belated death? I have yet to find the ideal answer. But I knew I couldn't simply fade away in my sleep like anyone else. The serpents have always lurked in the darkness, terrified of their heads being cut off by the golden thread. If my departure were to be calm and uneventful, it would only lead to a swarm of those serpents emerging from their nests. Regrettably,
yeah, her death has to be like a pivotal thing to like group everybody together in unity. So yeah, it makes sense.
Deliberately,
but fuck, it still she still has to die
lose patience and act rashly. Just as they think they've struck and sunk their fangs into my heels, that's when I'll strike back, igniting the final blaze to burn away the threats hidden in the shadows. The blaze soaring into the sky might sow fear and confusion, but I have no worries about people losing their way. After all, Akima still has you to guide them, Finan. You're not perfect, Finan. I've witnessed your confusion, recklessness, and deep sensitivity, dawn after dawn. The heavy burdens of your past have always weighed you down, inflicting deep pain. Yet, in your way, you are perfect. You embrace everyone's imperfections, always ready to find the precious qualities hidden beneath their rough exteriors. Unconditionally. That might be what sets our Sky Father Kefili apart from other deities. They recognize the imperfections in their creations, yet still choose to shine their light on them, offering protection with unconditional love. Finan, while you zealously pursued strife, believing it to be your destined path, from the very beginning, my thoughts have never changed. You are the destined world-bearer of Emphorius, the gate to Emphorius's future. Go, complete the flame-chased journey of the prophecy, ignite the stars, and inspire hope in the hearts of humanity. I will be waiting at the end of the West Wind, looking forward to the miracle you will create.
No cry, Finan.
Aglaya, how could I possibly be worthy of the burning torch you've passed into my hands? Dalang, can you do me a favor?
Whatever I can help you with, just say the word.
Please deliver a message to Lord Crateros. Have him gather the Holy City guards and the Kremnoans to spread the word from door to door. At the lucid hour tomorrow, Finan will speak at the Marmorial Palace. Urge everyone who has concerns about the Holy City's future and the Flame Chase journey to attend this gathering. Tell them Aglaya has left Emphorius the seeds of hope.
Understood.
Thank you. It's been a harrowing day for everyone. Please make sure to rest well and collect your thoughts. I need to prepare.
Oh, charters.
Cortonis,
Or Cartornus.
what brings you to Marmorio Palace?
Is he gonna give the little braid?
I plan to get everything settled before coming to see you. Is there something urgent, Cortonis?
How are you holding up, I wanted to see. Better than I expected, you seem.
There's no room for doubt anymore. It's time to take action and show everyone that the leadership of the Chrysos heirs is still strong.
Right, your assessment is. Now, here. Take this.
Oh, he's giving him a sword.
Is
Oh,
this
shit.
it? You've completed it.
Damn, that thing looks cool as fuck.
Dawnmaker. The
Dawnmaker,
name
huh?
I've chosen for it. Before dawn, prepare for battle. For tomorrow, wield your sword. Befits your stature, it does. Chrysos heir.
Dawnmaker. Unbelievable. You've never seen that black-clad swordmaster. Yet you've recreated this so precisely, just from what I described.
Oh, do you want the same sword
Precise
as
your
the fucking Flame
description.
Weaver?
Imbued it with the power of dawn I already have. Guided by your will, gleam with golden flames, its blade will. Wield it. May triumph always be yours.
Thank you, Cartonis. I will use this sword to protect the beings of Emphorius.
Another thing there is.
Oh yeah, the bracelet.
What's this?
Stored here. The
Maybe like
remnants
it'll be
of
like
Aglaya's
a JoJo
divinity
Part 2 thing, where
are-
like Aglaya will speak to Phaenon in the last moments where he needs to like land a final blow or something.
This was her commission. Her death she had long foreseen.
Can she still hear us?
It's difficult to confirm. About divinity, we know very little. In this way, she wanted to be with you. Always.
I understand. Let me keep it. With this, I'll have another constant companion by my side. May this world never have need for a deliverer. Someone told me long ago. But when the world dashed her hopes and fell into disarray, if she could see me now, leading from the front, rallying people against their destiny, she would surely smile.
Oh damn.
How will the Holy City continue without Lady Goldweaver? Look! Lord Finan is here.
Oh, we're gonna ride into the fucking speech already. Okay.
Please step up to lead
I was
Akuma.
gonna go to bed after before, because you mentioned the whole sleeping thing. But I guess we're gonna go right into the speech then. Okay.
Not long ago, I spoke at the Citizens' Assembly at Dawncloud. I wrestled with every word, searching for the right ones to rally support and keep the Chrysos heirs' flame chase alive. In the end, I remembered a lesson from one of my teachers. In battles where words are weapons, outrage and blind passion often overpower reason. I followed his strategy. I painted my opponents as nothing more than pests, tore apart their character, and laid out their crimes. The strategy worked. I secured enough votes to achieve my goal, but afterward, there wasn't even a flicker of joy. I realized that apparent victory masked a deeper failure. In my pursuit of success, I fueled division and strayed far from my very purpose that led me to the Flame Chase journey. This journey was supposed to unify, not divide, to strengthen us, not weaken us. It was the gold thread that mended our rifts in the past. Some saw it as a means of surveillance, a tool of control. But no one can deny that it was Aglaya who held this city and even this shattered world together. Now she is gone. Yes, as you have heard, the demigod Aglaya, who guarded the holy city for a millennium, has indeed fallen.
And it was all by those losers that were part of that secret cult or whatever.
Who murdered Lady Goldweaver? Find the murderer! Make them pay!
It was Lady Canis.
I felt the same as all of you initially. I wanted to stand here beside you, to condemn the sinners, to discuss retribution, and to see justice brought down upon them. But my perspective has changed. The golden threads that once bound this city have unraveled. Yet no one is celebrating their freedom from control. In the empty markets and bath chambers, one feeling lingers. Unease. Deep down, we all know the last safeguard against the harm we may do to each other is gone. No divine power will protect us from the malice in our hearts. From now on, only the moral code we choose to uphold for ourselves will stand between us and the abyss.
Finon has a way with words.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Hey man, let's let him finish first.
The Flame Chase journey is nearing its end. With only one Titan left for the Chrysos heirs to conquer. Aquila! Before I rise to the skies, I challenge you. Cast out the shadows and malice within your hearts. Let your spirit shine brighter than the sky itself. Let me bear witness. Even without the divine authority of romance, Akuma will remain a sanctuary in these end times. A place for the kind people Aglaya dreamed of. The kind of people foretold in prophecy. A better people!
Better people!
Yeah, better people. We should also still find the people that killed Aglia and lock them up at least.
Better people! Better people! Better people!
I appreciate your willingness to accept the challenge. You have reminded me that Aglaya left me perhaps the simplest duty in the world. to bear the burden of creation, I need only to give one thing. It's a gift she once gave me without hesitation, and now I share it with each of you. Unshakable faith. There's still a long way to go before Amphorius is reborn. But we will not forget the past as we move forward. For the memories of Amphorius will always benefit future generations. Allow me this moment. I want to borrow a few minutes of your time to commemorate a demigod who protected the Holy City for a millennium. She was Akima's dressmaker, the leader of the Chrysos heirs, the Gold Weaver, Aglaya, and her greatest feat was being a selfless person.
Rage. It would be kind of cool if we saw like a guy's face in the sky there.
Singing sounds so familiar. That's our song, and Snowy used to love it.
It's like it's literally, I was gonna say it's like, you know, like a JoJo thing. Wow, literally have a bit of a JoJo thing.
For that child,
everybody who's passed away so far: Anaxa,
your songs always dispelled the clouds in my heart.
Castorice, Aglaya.
Even if for just a moment.
Snowy was so
Tree on my
cute and
bed.
kind when he was little. Now, you've grown so much. Maybe not as cute, but still just as kind.
Time spares no one, so there's nothing we can do. But kindness, you helped nurture it in me.
Don't mention it. Your light is as bright as ever. Keep it up and stay strong. See you, Snowy.
Goodbye, Lady Tree.
Oh shit, she's
I
fucking
heard what you
vanished.
said. Are you suggesting the debate tactics I've taught you are nothing but sleight of hand?
Not at all, Professor Anaxa. Honestly, without those techniques you taught me, the Flame Chase journey might not have survived.
Good thing your head's still clear. The Chrysos heir of Kefali. I had no idea you had it in you while I was drilling those formulas in your head in class.
Who could have thought, Professor? By the way, I've completely forgotten those formulas now.
He's just like me. There's definitely a lot of formulas I've forgotten by now from like the
Some
math
things
classes I've
never
taken.
change. In our next lives, I'll teach you how to truly embrace your divine duties.
I'll be waiting. Goodbye, Professor Anaxa.
He's gone too.
Miss Castorice? Aren't you going to say something?
Lord Finan, you have always been so approachable. Ever since we first met, you've seen me as a friend. It was the first time I understood what everyday friendship was like. But that's dangerous.
Dangerous?
Why is it dangerous?
Laughing and chatting with you, I sometimes forget
Oh,
who I
yeah,
am.
power.
And for someone with my kind of power, that's a real hazard.
I hadn't thought of it that way. Sorry, I forgot to consider your perspective.
Please, No apologies. Despite everything, thinking back on the times we spent together makes me really happy.
I feel the same.
Goodbye, Finan.
Goodbye, Castorice.
Goodbye, Castorice.
Last one up.
Aglaya.
Remember, Finan, after completing the flame chase, leave the decision to initiate the miracle of Genesis to the Amphorians. The Chrysos heirs are the executors of the prophecy, yet they, the people, are the true masters of this world.
Rest assured, I always keep your teachings in mind. The difference between a presumptuous hero and a tyrant is a fine line.
Well said. You've got a good memory.
It's late.
Do all the
Anything
difficult
else
shit
you'd
and
like
then
to
leave up the final decision up to the people.
Anything else? Even in your imagination, I'm not one to show my vulnerable side.
No worries. I've long understood how difficult it is for you to open up completely. Thank you for bringing me here, Aglaya. You saved me.
Maybe what I wanted to save wasn't you, child, but this crumbling world.
Well, you can technically do both,
Goodbye,
right?
Finan.
Goodbye, Aglaya.
Did you forget me?
I mean, Mike's kind of alive still.
Forget you. Like I'd ever.
Like a mighty just popped up.
We aren't parting ways forever. You're just off to guard the gates at Castrum Kremnos. Let's not make this a tearful farewell.
You know just how to make a person uncomfortable. I have a feeling we'll meet again in this lifetime. Let's have another showdown then. Deliver.
That's very confident of you. I've changed since then. Have you seen this sword? It's a masterpiece freshly forged by Cartonis.
A bold statement for a mere mortal who hasn't yet claimed the power of a titan. See you around. Finan of Ides Elysiae.
It's a date, Mighty-Mouse.
It's a date. Alright.
What
Some
a
people are gonna take that a
poignant
different way.
yet splendid journey.
Oh?
And it's still not over yet, is it?
Yes, Cyrene.
Cyrene.
I was right. In
Oh,
the end,
shit.
you did become the deliverer in this story.
A lot has changed while you were away. I've met so many people, and tried so many things. I've found new resolve. And I've let go of some attachments. I'm not the same person I used to be.
But to me, you've never changed at all, Finan.
Damn. Days later at Dawn Cloud. Oh, so cool.
Dawn Cloud. This place holds so many different kinds of memories. I remember you could see the Gold Weaver sign from here, all the way down the mountain. But my eyes aren't what they used to be 1,000 years ago.
Alright, Stepper.
Cypher, you...
Seamstress. Tell me, does Akuma have any treasures so rare that not even your... I mean, our shop has seen?
Of course it has. I heard there's a gem of all worlds hidden somewhere in Dawn Cloud. Apparently, it's a
Gem
piece
of
that
all
fell out of the
worlds,
Dawn
huh?
device.
Sounds like something from One Piece, like all blue.
It's truly a priceless treasure, being a part of Kefali's divine body. Even I, the Gold Weaver, cannot witness its glamour.
Gem of all worlds. Nice! Got it! Well, please keep looking after the shop while I...
Let me guess, Cypherer. You're probably already plotting to sneak into Dawncloud to steal that gem, aren't you? And your next move is probably trying to sell it to the highest bidder, then distribute that money to the poor and the refugees in the Holy City?
Hey, that sounds like a pretty good idea.
Look, seamstress. Are you sure you aren't peeking into my head with your golden threads?
You might be skilled at covering up lies, but your compassion is all over your face, plain as day. Don't lie to yourself. Do you honestly think this is the right thing to do, Cypher?
What else am I supposed to do? That's the only thing I can do with my power. You keep talking about how I have the potential to become a good person. Or
She's
even
not
what
completely
people
wrong.
call a hero.
I don't know what else she could really use it
But I
for.
don't know what I need to do to get there! I can't weave golden dresses like you! I can't sing as well as Miss Hyceelins! And I definitely don't know as much as Big Sis Treeby! The only things I'm good at are the underhanded street smarts that no one even respects. But I still want to be worthy of you. I want to prove that you've made the right choice. Even thieves can dream. Right?
I know, Cypher. I know. You are justified in your anger. Destiny is never fair. And your path is doomed to be even worse than everyone else's. You are fated to walk in the dark and bear the world's misunderstanding in this journey.
Really? Hers is the worst?
You have to believe that everyone in this world is unique in their own way. I am convinced that you're the only one who can bear the authority of trickery, even if you have to contend with the legendary 300 master thieves of Dolos.
Aglaya. I just want everyone to believe that the world is beautiful, and that everyone is simple and kind.
If only I could get everyone to believe that. Would that lie become reality?
If enough people believed in it, even though it's a lie.
Well, seems like it might be. Giving her power.
Lies will always be lies, Cypher. But sometimes they can be more noble than the truth.
Huh. Are you really planning to just stand there forever? Honestly, sneaking around doesn't suit you, Deliverer.
I never thought I could slip past your sharp ears, Miss Cypher. I just didn't think it'd be right to interrupt when you're obviously lost in thoughts.
Still as charming with your words as ever, boy. Your speech at the public baths wasn't half bad. I'll admit. It managed to touch my heart. Just a smidge.
Thank you. I had a feeling back then that you were in the audience. Intuition certainly is a thing of wonder.
Oh, and you didn't call me out on the spot. You waited all this time to tell me.
Tell her what?
Well, I thought you'd need some time to yourself. After she passed away.
None of your business. Enough small talk. Tell me, what kind of trouble did you run into that you need me, the super old-timer, to step in?
Super old-timer. He doesn't seem too old. Looks wise.
We've only met a couple of times, but you've always gone straight to business. I respect that about you, old-timer, so I'll cut to the chase. You're probably aware that Aglaya has earned the support of the entire city for the Chrysos heirs. Everyone believes that she died at the hands of council members who were against the flame chase, and the citizens' fury has been dragging these schemers out of the shadows one by one. But they didn't get everybody. To this day, we still haven't found Elder Kynus, the leader of the Cleaners.
Ah, I see. You're afraid she'll do something wild now that she's pushed into a corner, aren't you?
Yes. I believe that Kefali's core flame, forever enshrined above the council theater, would be the opposition's final trump card against the Chrysos heirs. We're setting out to campaign against Aquila in a few days. With the Chrysos heirs gone, it'll be their best chance to strike.
You think those desperate dogs will try to snatch the core flame while you're gone? So, you want me to give them a nice long walk while you're away, right?
You sure saw right through me, Miss Cypher. I know exactly what you can do. Godlike speed, perfect disguises, untraceable movement, and that most enigmatic authority of trickery. I have only one request. Please, use whatever tricks you need to protect Kefali's core flame. Even if you have to deceive the rest of the Chrysos heirs as well.
Uh-huh. Hey, Deliverer. Do you honestly think that there's no way I'll turn you down? Do you even have any plan Bs if I decide to nope out on this?
As the demigod of trickery, there are no other trump cards in the world that can outrank you. I'm sure you know the answer to your own question, Miss Cypher.
What confidence. You talk as if you have everything in the palm of your hand. Huh. So you did learn a thing or two from her. I'll give you that. Then let me tell you something you don't know. The Flame Reaver. They've been watching Akama closely.
That's not good.
You mean...
Bet you didn't expect that, huh? I've been tracking them all this time. And this is my conclusion.
Who's gonna snatch up all the core flames while they go up to Aquila?
That lunatic may have lost their mind. But they're no fool. Why do you think they haven't made a move on Akama yet?
Professor Anaxa once analyzed this. He thought it was probably because Kefali's core flame was protected by the Council of Elders' secret arts.
Ha! Sacred art's my foot! I could break those mechanisms with a flick of my finger. Allow me to let you in on the actual secret. They probably held off from attacking Akama because the Seamstress's defense network was way tougher than you thought.
Really? I mean, she was protecting the city after all.
She's gone. And you're heading out to the Eye of Twilight. With the city's defenses in shambles.
What a dangerous situation we find ourselves in. But since you're the one who brought it up, I'm guessing you already have a solution in mind.
Just look how ridiculously calm you are right now. But you guessed it right. Consider this a 2-for-1 deal. I'll keep that lunatic entertained on top of protecting Kefali's core flame. You owe a big favor after this.
Make sure he doesn't get you.
You have my deepest
Damn,
gratitude.
okay, Cypher.
That Flame Reaver's power is truly unfathomable. Please be careful.
Don't forget, Deliverer. There's a fundamental truth in this world. Cyphera will always get the last laugh, No need to worry about a demigod. I'll do my job. So you need to make sure you don't die before you pay me.
We're going to heist now, okay. Bro, can let's hurry up. I'm trying to go to bed already, but I keep getting sent through cutscene, the cutscene. I'm like, fuck. Let me go to bed.
I'm back.
Like, fuck.
I've been trying to stay away from here since the Black Tide destroyed the grove. And through that, stay away from the memories that might make me sad. But the wind keeps pulling me back. Maybe that's the Twilight Courtyard's duty, after all. I know, little Ika. I know.
I'm not gonna go to bed.
The days when we all studied together.
I was like, okay, cool. After this talk with Phanon and Cypher, I'm gonna get a chance, you know, thanks for bed. We're gonna go. We'll continue on from there. Nope. Fucking boom. Let's go to fucking heist now. It's like, let me go, please.
You're right. At least I can still afford to get lost in thought once in a while. Oh, ancestors. Please wait for just a bit longer. The time I spent in the grove deserves some reminiscence.
Okay, there we go. I was gonna say like, whew. Like, let me go, please. It's already so late. It's already like, it's literally 7 in the morning right now. All right, we will get back to this hopefully later tonight, chat, or maybe later today. Probably one or the two or both. But yeah, if any of you guys are new here, I would really appreciate if you guys drop a follow or subscribe, and if you guys are on YouTube, it would also help if you guys like the live stream as well. But yeah, you know, if you guys liked what you guys saw here, you know, we'll be continuing up with more Gacha stuff with the story, probably either later today, and then we'll be doing ZZ story either today or tomorrow, and then of course we'll be checking out the new season 2 of ZZ and all that goodness with that. But with that being said, guys, I'm heading off to bed. Good with you guys pulls if you guys are pulling for anything, whether it be Hyson or anybody else. Also, like as I mentioned, I'll probably do a couple pulls for Cypher in 8 days, though that might be like a separate thing I do or whatever. But yeah, I'm going to bed. So I will see all of you guys later. Peace and take care, everybody. I can't wait to finally go to bed.